That got your attention, didn't it? That's what we're about here at Bay of Plenty. Attention. Catching the eye. Every inch of this beautiful metropolis is perfection to behold. And so is every single resident, of course. Looking for the perfect place to call home? We've got high-paying jobs and affordable luxury condos just waiting for you and yours to make the decision. Need a vacation spot? You won't find a more memorable destination in all the world. Maybe you're looking to make a name for yourself. Well, have we got the opportunity for you? Come on down to Bay of Plenty, where dreams come true. All right, let's get going. We'll figure out some of our tech issues before we play again. But for now, everyone's here. Everyone looks good. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you out there joining us. It's very kind of you. This is a new game, new show in the cyberpunk universe, built on top of a lot of the scenery from Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red, please don't sue me. And using the Call of Cthulhu rule set. Those of you who haven't seen a lot of D&D, and especially anyone who's never heard of Call of Cthulhu, and there are a lot of different tabletop RPG systems. They're not all Dungeons and Dragons. It's not about fantasy all the time. The dice systems are different. The things you're rolling for and against change drastically. Call of Cthulhu is originally intended to be something like a detective noir story. This is usually written in 1920s America for your classic kind of gumshoe horror stories. We're taking some of that. We're going to pick it up and move it ahead maybe 150 years to the late 2000s in the cyberpunk world, where we will still be doing something of a detective noir and something of a horror. Those things will definitely occur, I'm sure. But there will also be cyberware modifications, crazy mechanical monstrosities, I'm sure, full-on robots, artificial intelligence, and of course hacking galore. As we can see, a very own Dungeon who lives inside of cyberspace at the moment.
I do. I had to censor my background so I don't give away my location.
It's true.
Maybe in Mars Colony.
Maybe.
Maybe Moon Colony. Maybe the Underground.
True.
Might be Serbia. Anywhere is possible.
Probably in the
New Serbia.
Definitely in the Hollow Pool.
Could be in Hollow Serbia. Anything is possible.
Yes, Hollow Serbia, otherwise known as his basement.
How dare you?
Well, your basement in Serbia, in Hollow Serbia, of course.
It's too late.
Back to differences and similarities, I guess. Many things about these tabletops are the same going across. Don't be sorry, Zarb. Relax. It's fine. Oh, camera. Need to crop Pepper some more since I don't have a frame to hide behind. There we go. Exited. Oh my god, he turned on the sun.
I summoned the sun. It was being a little hard on my eyes.
No worries. We'll see. At the start, it will be very much cyberpunky. We'll be doing a lot more cyberpunk and a lot less Call of Cthulhu, a lot less horror. They'll just be characters or people who live in a cyberpunk world who happen to be on a, if we're using the old terms, on a quest, but in new terms, on a job to investigate something. They will be acting in a detective or an investigation capacity. And from there, things will proceed slowly and sometimes quickly towards and mostly downwards as things devolve into that more horror capacity that Call of Cthulhu lends itself to. Call of Cthulhu is a cosmic or kind of unknown style of horror. If you're not familiar with the works of Lovecraft, it's less about scary monsters ripping you limb from limb and more about fear of the unknown and the unable to be understood without easy understanding. Doubting or mistrusting yourself and others as opposed to running away from the big toothy beastie. So, let's go ahead and get going. First off, I'm not going to introduce characters because that's silly. Let's talk about who does and does not live in Bay of Plenty right now. Quick show of hands. Who lives inside of the city? And who's... If you don't live there, that means you're traveling in by train, so don't raise your hand. Raise your hand if you live in Bay of Plenty. Yep, that's right. Good. A little backstory.
Oh wait, should have raised my cyber hand.
Yes, your cyber hand. Good, good. A little backstory. Not too long ago, a call, I suppose, a posting, a wanted, a help needed in desperation call went out across most of the continental US with a high-paying gig for anyone who can show up and provide useful information about a rapidly growing epidemic called CFD. Now, CFD, let me scroll through back up my notes because I scrolled to the bottom like a dummy. CFD stands for cognitive fragmentation disorder, and it typically occurs as here in the future when the nanites that run through most people's bodies are used to repair the brain too much. It is occasionally, rarely possible that the nanites replicate too many times, replacing too much brain tissue, and grow an AI. And in this capacity, they end up slowly taking over the body and assuming its likeness. And normally this isn't a problem. This is a 1 in a million, 1 in 10 million kind of issue. But recently, a couple weeks ago, the number of CFD cases exploded on the coastlines of most of the world, most prominently at major port cities, such as Bay of Plenty. So the call went out. Anyone and everyone who would like to come to one of these major port city locations and do some investigating is certainly welcome. And anyone who can come up with solid information, or especially a solution of some kind, will be paid beyond their wildest imaginations. This is being supported directly by multiple mega corporations, meaning money is not an object. You could be set for 10 lifetimes if you can actually solve this problem. A little more locally, things have been business as usual and panic. I mean, people still got to work, make money, live their lives. So business as usual has continued. And yet, as we see here in the real world at the moment, in kind of like pockets of disaster, things go wrong. People are afraid to leave their homes if they can afford to not do so. They're being extra safe and sometimes unnecessarily or ridiculously so. And paranoia and occasionally violence breaks out when things get a little
Walmart.
Too hectic at the local hollow Walmart. Our investigators here will all be taking up the call for their own personal reasons, mostly money. They've decided that they'd like to stick their neck out a little, see if they can't rake in a few million credits. Now, the three of you who live inside of Bay of Plenty have been inside of this panic and paranoia for a couple weeks now. And while none of you think that you have CFD and you don't appear to be suffering any, you at the very least probably know of someone who has it at some varying stage. And if they have reached a certain kind of depth of stage, I suppose I would say, they have gone missing. Popular suspicion is that the people who are going missing are not necessarily going missing, and are mostly being snatched up for research for people from the labs trying to figure out what's going on. And so the people in those late stages of CFD who are essentially, almost gone anyway, are being used for testing. Those of you who haven't been here, the two of you who are coming in by train, have not been exposed to the CFD problem. Maybe you live internal to the country or just not near a major port. You're coming in from whatever state you happen to live in, and you're riding one of the major hollow train lines. Everything's hollow, don't you know? And you're in the last half hour of your journey at the moment. We'll start with you. Move over. Train.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your main chromatic man once again coming to you here on Pirate Wave X595. It is Saturday morning and you know what that means. I'm here to get you some of that news they wish we didn't know so you can be in the know about what's to know. Today, we've got two major tidbits. First, you all probably been hearing a little something about chrome gangers shooting each other up in the streets, I'm sure. But did you know they recently signed a peace treaty over a wedding? That's right, just like in the old movies from the 20th century, two major violent gangs have tied the knot on a marriage and alliance. I won't say who, we're not big on names here, but let's just say you're going to have a much easier time traveling to the docks after that. Second, this one's weird, y'all. We've all heard about the CFD problem going around, but what we haven't heard, or maybe what we've just heard, is that just this morning, someone suspected of being afflicted with CFD was spotted being snatched by masked men in dark suits from their beds and disappearing into a black van. Sounds like some corpo conspiracy bullshit if you ask me, y'all. Well, that's all we got for now. I'm gonna pass you back into the sweet sounds of silence. Good morning.
No, you're not supposed to repeat, you piece of shit. Oh, well.
The manager breaks in.
Yeah. So, train goers. You've heard of the pirate bands, but they didn't have them in your hometown. They're pretty much exclusive to the major metropoli and not even always in those. But they exist, and they're kind of a popular, not so secret among the metropolis cities that non-corporate controlled wavelengths are not to be tolerated. And so they're considered pirate radio, a la the old 1900s, a full 100 years back. One of the other riders of the train, in fact several, if you're probably not sitting anywhere near each other, are listening to this as the sun comes over the horizon and this kicks on at maybe 6 a.m. You catch the pirate broadcast, and everyone who was just kind of milling about, maybe eating a snack or waking up on the train, immediately quiets down when the broadcast rings out. After it finishes, everyone's done. They just go back to their business. It's as if this is relatively normal. But you heard what you heard, and maybe you learned what you learned. You take a look around, and there are definitely some other people like you here. People coming in from other cities, other locations, trying to make their millions, make their fortune, make their livelihood, or just looking for a new place to be. I mean, Bay of Plenty is one of the hottest retail and destination vacations in the entire country. And they are always looking to sell condominiums and bayside property. You pull into the station. Train stops, slowing rapidly but smoothly thanks to the amazing hollow maglev technology. And as those doors open up, Randy scrolls again because the notes he wanted to talk about are at the bottom of his screen.
Revealing all the secrets of the universe.
Indeed. As those doors open up, you catch something not unfamiliar, but never expected, I suppose. Sound of a youngish male voice, probably maybe just young sounding, or maybe somewhere in his approximate teens, post-puberty, but before full adulthood kind of tones come into that voice quality. Screaming out. Can't quite catch the words, but you can tell he's distressed. He seems angry. You can almost catch an entire sentence just once. But it's strangled to silence. Everyone steps off the train and goes about their business. The two of you make your way towards the address that was on the ad, where you know you're going to be meeting up with a Dr. Long. Since you happen to be traveling the same way, you probably spot each other at some point. Why don't we talk about what we look like a little bit here? Odin, describe yourself.
A tall, imposing figure that looks like he's been in one too many brawls. Face scarred up, a couple of cybernetics drawn along the cheeks that are from broken skin and scars that haven't ever quite healed over. Walks with a certain surety of his size, but also tries to avoid walking into anyone in particular, leading to something of kind of a dance.
Gentle giant type.
A gentle giant type. The hands have clearly been replaced entirely, and his hair looks like it's been dyed continuously, with a variety of different colors down near the roots, growing out towards the tips.
Excellent. And Edwin, if you could. Push to talk, by the way. We can't hear you.
Use your cyber mic.
Yes, the hollow microphone, Edwin. The hollow microphone.
Oh, no.
Yes, that works fine.
Okay. So, Edwin, he wears an AR visor most of the time, a Sharma as well to cover his head, and a mask. And kind of lights up. People around him really don't know whether it's needed or not. He's wearing typical blue jeans of what kind of a farmer would wear. He has, if you can see through his visor, he has deep green eyes, black hair if you get a glimpse of it, but he's usually wearing his Sharma. He has a fairly strong walk, fast pace. As far as what he looks like, most don't know because he doesn't really show his face.
If that's what they see, then that's all. Then you can stop there.
Yep.
Alrighty. Residents of Bay of Plenty, you wake up a little later. You know your meeting's at 7 a.m. You don't have to be moving around in the wee hours of the morning. You can take your time if you like, or if you're an early riser, maybe you've been up for a little while. But you know you've got to be somewhere at about 7:30. Dr. Ian Long has scheduled you and some other people to kind of team up and tackle the problem, make some money. What are you up to this morning, Levi?
Okay.
So considering you said 7:30, you have to be there.
7:30.
So I probably woke up at about 5. Did my morning routine, showered, got ready, got dressed in, my black coat, as always, typical. And probably just went down to the market, and made sure that nobody was needing anything before I left. Tried to get a little bit of business in beforehand, and started making my way over to
Speaking
the.
of business, when you get there, one of your neighbors in the market is distressed. She sees you and looks up and have you seen Rillen today?
No, I just left my apartment. Why?
Well, I know he sleeps near your place. You didn't pass him on your way in?
Not that I can remember.
Oh. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll find him.
No. Tell me, why do you need him? Is something wrong? Do you need?
Oh, he was supposed to. Tuesdays and Thursdays, he carries the water for me, and I mean, I'll manage. It's fine. We get by here.
How much time would it take? Maybe I can do it for you.
Too much time. Don't worry. You're busy. You've noticed this change in attitude in the last couple of months towards you. You used to be one of these people. Now you feel like you're a little on the outside. You probably know why.
Well, if you insist, good luck with that.
Thanks, Levi. See you around.
Always.
Key. How's your morning going? Your butler treating you nice?
Pretty good. Yes. He addresses me as Harold Stevens, CFO of Mega Bilo Corp.
Mega Bilo Corp. And is that Bilo B-U-Y-L-O-W or B-I-L-O or?
B-I-L-O.
B-I-L-O. Good. Of course, yes. The future spelling. You've got somewhere to be, but you've got plenty of time. Your car will take you there very quickly. The traffic will certainly get out of your way, so you'll be fine.
I took a dip in the hollow pool, had some hollow waffles, a couple of cyber eggs.
You take those sunny side down?
Cyber side up, actually.
Cyber side up, yes, of course. That is the new trend of the times.
Yeah, loaded up my electrocurrents for the day to keep my glasses brimming.
Good.
Touched up my fake Howard Stevens face, or whatever his name was.
Perfect.
It's on the card.
Yeah, whatever.
And then headed out for the next big job.
Good. Are you feeling confident about the job?
I got some theories as to what could be causing this, and
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'm a step ahead of everybody else, reading the latest notes and the latest goings-on through all the corpos who, wander into bars and happen to leave their suitcases sitting around.
Good. Good.
But, it's still a wide open case. If I had it locked up, it'd be over by now, but feeling good, but, not great.
Roxy, you're not typically an early riser. This is uncommon for you. How are you feeling this morning?
It was a late night. I really wish I'd had time to sleep a little bit more, but I suppose I have to carry on with this business, especially since my partner is down and out for the moment.
True. The money's not going to flow as good as it normally would since they're out of commission.
Indeed.
Well, once you get up in the morning, surprisingly, Georgia's awake. She hasn't been for a couple of days.
Georgia, I'm surprised. How do you feel?
Oh, lovely. Just lovely.
Lovely, you say. I mean, Georgia, you know what happened to you, right?
No, what do you mean? I'm fine.
Perhaps now's not the time to talk about this. I have some things to do today, some errands to run, so I'll return later on. You take your time getting about and don't do anything too strenuous. And if anyone comes to this door, don't answer it. Please.
Duly noted. I'll keep to myself.
Good. Ta-ta.
Have a nice year.
Yeah.
The three of you head out. You've got a meeting to make. It's time to head over to the lab. Just turned on the master volume so we don't have to keep messing with these. That'd be smart, Randy. Good job. There we go.
It's a great playlist.
Well, thank you. You make your way towards Stone Tech Labs, where Dr. Ian Long holds a bit of sway, a bit of residence. Now, he's not intending to meet you there, but your directions were across the street. There's a comfortable diner. So the five of you make your way. You know that, I suppose, suspect that the diner is serving as a kind of rendezvous for Dr. Ian Long for who knows how many groups or solos or what have you. As you arrive in various times, I suppose, some of you, maybe those of you who came off the train, are as early as 7. And there's a line outside. In fact, quite a prodigious line. Some 20 or 30 people line up outside and around the corner of this diner. It's called the Stone's Throw. And supposedly serves the best coffee in the Bay, according to a sign on the window. You arrive at about 7, and maybe you didn't travel together, because it's not exactly certain that the two of you are, going the same place. You just happen to leave the train at the same time. But you certainly arrive at about the same time, perhaps in different cabs. You see each other again, and recognize that you probably are, in fact, here for the same reason. You look at the line. What do? Your character a queuer? You try and walk inside? What's your plan?
I'm gonna try to walk inside.
You're not there. This is
Okay,
for the two
yeah.
people off the train.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, got it.
No, this is Odin and Edwin.
Just go ahead and walk on inside.
Okay. But
I'm
you
gonna
Ed.
walk in as well.
All right. The two of you take note of each other, as you did on the train platform, and essentially walk in together. Inside, you see that the line stops at the door. You walk inside, nobody stops you, nobody even gets in your way. Regular diner goers are just hanging out, eating breakfast. The purpose of the queue is not immediately obvious, especially because it doesn't continue inside of the door. At one of the far booths, you see a man, tall, thin, you might even call him a little stringy. Hawkish nose, and very straight-backed. His posture is excellent. Sitting at one of the booths, talking to a group of 3 who look like they're in a similar line of business to you. One of the go ahead.
I'd like to. Is there anyone up front taking orders?
One of the waitresses behind the bar takes note of you and... Excuse me, do you have an appointment? Or should you be in the queue?
Here to see Dr.
Long.
Yes.
That's him, over in the corner. I'm assuming your appointment's not for 7.
Remind me what my appointment was?
7:30.
It's for 7:30.
Alright, if you'd like coffee, you can sit down. Or you can hang out. The queue's for people who don't have appointments.
I see. Could I have coffee black?
Of course. The lab's paid for coffee for everyone, so have a seat.
Thank you.
I take the seat next to him.
She looks over at you, seeing your fully covered face. Synth oil? Coffee?
Coffee, please.
Just a moment. Time passes and you soak in a little bit. The coffee's exceptionally strong. You're pretty sure it's probably half a mug of espresso and half a mug of black coffee, as is relatively common for labs working round the clock. 15 or so minutes pass. The other 3 of you trickle in. Maybe not at the same time. You're certainly not coming from the same place, and probably not by the same methods. At least one of you's on foot, and at least one of you's being driven. Roxy, what's your mode of transport? Do you have a car? Do you get driven? Do you take a cab? Do you prefer to walk?
I take a cab.
Noted. Levi, you come walking up, very comfortable in your boots, very accustomed to walking to where you need to go, and take in the area. You walk to one of the more well-to-do business areas of the Bay section of the city. You've been through here before as part of your new line of business, but never had any actual business to do. It was just kind of on the way to a distributor you were trying to pick up. You see an unexpected line, but being a local and for quite a few years of your life not having a lot to do, you suspect you know what the line's for. You suspect it's for the greatest coffee in the area. Of course, that's what the sign on the window says. Roxy, you pull up in your cab, and how well known would you say you are? Do you think you're noticed?
I would say I'm pretty well known.
Good. As you get out of the car, let's say a handful, maybe half dozen people take note of you. 4 of those 6 take notice, eyes widen, like, oh, I recognize her. I probably shouldn't recognize her. I have a wife, and put their heads back down. 2 of them are either unattached or just have less public decorum and yell out, Roxy! No, it was like, Miss Fox, a moment, please. Just, hi. I was down at the club yesterday. Do you? I mean, I saw you, and it was awesome.
Oh, yes, excuse me, I'm really in a rush right now. Do you mind if we chat a little bit later?
Oh, you can have you can get in front of me in line. I don't mind. You could cut right in front of me. I got a good spot here.
Oh,
He's about halfway up the line.
No intention of being in this line at all. Ta-da!
Levi, you don't know Roxy, but you certainly know of Roxy. It may not have been your penchant to use what little monies you had, but you certainly know plenty of friends who did in Roxy's club.
Yes, of course.
The 2 of you walk up, and as you're approaching the door, kind of bypassing the queue, you see a nice, but not like CEO of a megacorp kind of nice car pull up. This is the kind of car that you expect to have a driver, not to be driven, if you know what I mean. And out steps. Well, why don't you describe yourself for me, Key?
Well, I guess today I look like a 50-something-year-old, balding, maybe a business suit on.
Late 50s or mid 50s corpo?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. A well-dressed man in the latter years of his, or well past the latter years of his youth, but not so old as to be failing due to his age. Steps out of the car, maybe leans down and says something to the driver, and the car zooms off. Key, you see Miss Fox, who you may or may not know personally. I'll let you decide. But as it is your business to be in the know, you certainly at least know who she is. The three of you approach the front door. I will assume that none of you are interested in cues. I thought so.
No.
About 7:20, three of you walk inside. Are any of you feeling gentlemanly or ladylike to hold the door for the others?
Oh, absolutely.
I figured you
definitely
would.
hold it.
He takes long strides to get in front, even though he showed up last, just so that he can hold the door for the both of you.
Mm-hmm. Right this way. We have an appointment, of course.
Oh, thank you so much.
My pleasure. I try to be a gentleman where I can. You know people these
certainly
days. A little bit of kindness goes a long way, they say.
Mm.
You enter inside, and similar to the other two, it's a little surprising that the queue doesn't actually go past the door. You'd think a line would, lead to the counter where they're waiting for something, but it actually stops outside. Inside, it's a regular morning in the diner. Somewhat busy, maybe 75% of the seating is filled, but there are open spots and plenty of bar stools. You see at least one obvious runner solo type, wearing a colorful visor and a full face mask, which he only temporarily pulls away to drink at what appears to be a mug of coffee. And another who seems purposefully unassuming. They're sitting next to each other, drinking black coffee. At some of the booths, you see some more folks who don't necessarily fit in at a morning 9-to-5 kind of job. Just maybe other runners, maybe some solos, maybe just some people who might even be gangers. You see an entire booth filled with people who are more chrome than flesh. And they seem to be drinking motor oil, as is their penchant. You head towards the central area. You're not really sure where to go. No one really told you what to do here. But you do spot the man in the back corner. White coat, hawkish nose, lean figure. Looks like a doctor. And as you're maybe thinking about heading that direction, the waitress behind the bar calls over. You the 732?
Yes.
She looks down at the duo at the bar. Big group. These are yours. She just slides out an entire pot of dark black coffee and a number of empty mugs. Have a seat. You've got another 10.
Could I please have a martini? Please? Thank you.
Synth olives.
They don't.
Please, a little bit of both?
Okay.
Which way is the bathroom?
Outside.
The VIP bathroom?
Paying customers only.
Oh, of course. I prepaid.
Paying customers only.
Okay, maybe I don't need to go. Thank you.
Most don't. You take a seat and have some coffee, you stand around. What do you do?
I'm gonna see if I can spot the door to the kitchen.
Door to the kitchen's behind the bar.
There's no other entrance?
No.
I'll sit down and have coffee.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down, pour coffee, and pretend to drink it.
As soon as I get my martini, I'm gonna spot the doctor over in his seat, and I'm gonna down my martini, slam it on the counter, and then I'm gonna waltz right over there, put one leg up on the booth, and say, well, 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 if it isn't Ian Long. Doctor, the pleasure is all mine. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in Twist in such a long time.
Ms. Fox, I don't stop by the Twist anymore. I, too busy with work.
Perhaps you've grown standards all of a sudden.
No, not to fear there. I just don't have the time for sleep, let alone, pleasure.
Indeed. Well, sometime when you're ready to have a little bit of fun again, you should come back. I have a nice private room with your name on it.
That's very kind of you, Ms. Fox. If you don't mind, I need another 4 minutes with these gentlemen.
Oh, certainly. I'll be over here. Just let me know when.
Of course. When you slammed back the martini, you got an unpleasant surprise. So you see, I said synth olives, and you said both, and you didn't ask what the other option was. So you ended up with a soy protein olive and a something that resembles a plant, and they call it an olive. And the flavor is, let's call it unique. Not something you'd choose to order, but something that didn't ruin your day.
I have a special ability.
Yes.
I can turn on and off my taste buds, and I prefer to keep them off until the right time.
That's a good plan. The cyber tongue, a very handy feature of the entertainment industry.
Indeed.
Of course, to go along with the cyber gag reflex.
Absolutely. You must
Extremely
have both.
important.
Cannot have one without the other.
Indeed. Thank you, Zarb. You're a champ. Go to bed. I appreciate your time and effort. A couple minutes pass, and he stands up, shakes some hands, and the trio that he had with him exit the area with a stack of paperwork in hand, I suppose. He looks over to the bar. I'm sorry, I don't know anyone else's name. Miss Fox, could you and your fivesome please join me?
Oh, yes, although I'm not acquainted with any of them, I think. Boys, men, please join us.
After you.
Thank you. This one
Scowl.
is quite the gentleman, as I point at Key.
He invites you to sit in the large rounded booth and elects to stand to give the rest of you some room and kind of stand on that and the outside, rounded piece so you can all see him properly as opposed to having to turn. He reaches into a large bag and pulls out another stack of papers similar to the ones that the other trio had just walked off with. And welcome. My name is Dr. Ian Long, and I work at Stone Tech Labs just across the street. Typically, I am just a head researcher, but I have been contracted by several of the local megacorporations to head up recruitment, strangely enough, and act as, I suppose, middleman for this effort. Yourselves, should you decide to go through with this, and several dozen others have taken on the job. I have here a couple of dossiers that you can peruse at your leisure after our meeting. Suffice to say that if you have not already heard, you are being contracted by a conglomeration of mega corporations to procure information as your primary goal on the CFD epidemic. If you could, or should so luckily discover a solution or a means of preventing, delaying, or solving the problem, that all the better. But your, again, primary goal is simply information gathering. We don't suspect that you might just find the problem all on your own, but should you do so, you can imagine the payday. However, if you could find just information, solid, reliable information that leads to discoveries or further deductions about the CFD epidemic, you will be paid handsomely. Also, just for taking the job, and I suspect many are doing just this for this sake, you will receive 25 credits a day and free lodging at one of the local motel chains. I realize it's not much, but if you've nowhere to stay, it's certainly a bed and not the street, and 25 credits will allow you to at least eat every day. Beyond that, any retrieval of reliable information, as validated by me and the Stone Tech Labs just across the street, will result in a sizable payout, depending on the quality of the information. If it furthers our understanding, each person will receive 10,000 credits. If it points us toward a solution of some kind, each of you will receive 100,000 credits. And should anyone actually solve or even discover a solution and leave it in our capable hands, each person will receive 10 million credits. Well, if you've any questions for me, we can start there. Otherwise, I can hand you the dossiers and you can be on your way. Different strokes.
How sure are you that this is not caused by a miscalculation from a megacorp itself?
Not sure at all, to be honest. I was at best in contact. I was contacted by them. My lab is funded by Medicorp, but we are not beholden to any of the megacorps themselves.
Which corporations didn't get involved in this, as far as in the conglomerate?
Did not get involved?
Yes.
Militech is not involved. Local and global air distributors, Air Mass, as they are more commonly known, is not involved. And who else? Well, I suppose Cabbage Corp didn't seem to care much.
Only the big players, please.
Well, you can't get much bigger than Cabbage Corp, but I suppose with their funding, you can pay for anything if you really needed to.
Who would have thought that a company that just makes vegetables and dolls would get so big?
Well, the doll industry is the most prominent entertainment business on the planet, as I'm sure Ms. Fox knows.
It's true. Soulless automatons.
Well,
No, I wouldn't say soulless.
that's not fair to them.
You are very, well, they're very advanced, to be quite frank with you, but that's another conversation.
They're very cool.
So why did Glitterfolk make you Johnson?
I'm sorry. Could you speak up?
Oh, why did Glitterfolk make you Johnson?
Johnson?
Make you Johnson, yeah.
I'm sorry. Does anyone understand what he wants me to answer?
Why does Glitterfolk make you Johnson?
Yes, I don't know what any of those words mean.
He's trying to ask, why would a Glitterfolk make you Johnson?
Who are the Glitterfolk and what is being Johnson?
Why are you being made fixer for this particular job?
An excellent...
Where are you from, sir?
And he's asking you that, James.
Who's asking you that?
Levi is asking Odin where he's from.
Pravachkia. I come from east side Russia.
Oh, yes.
I've heard of that. I was in Novosibirsk a few years back.
Good.
Sorry, the fixer, yes. The information is being funneled through Stone Tech Labs, and as one of the head researchers there and the most, I guess, personable member of the lab, they kind of voluntold me for the role of fixer.
Have you ever chopped up a body before?
Many times.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Not
I
really.
wanted to compliment you on your security that you have here as they drink their coffee.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. We don't have any security in the building.
And why would you not have any, considering you're in the middle of a well-to-do neighborhood, yes, but still in the middle of somewhere you might be in danger?
No, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
It's not important at the moment.
All right then, sir. What I meant to say was we don't have any security in the building.
Noted.
Any other questions? Anything I can help you with? Would you prefer to direct yourselves? I can make suggestions, though I don't have a ton of information.
Is everything you know in the dossier?
It is, and a lot of chaff besides. Yes.
I mean, the real million-dollar question is, where did this start? When did this start?
Well, if you listen to the rumors of the populace, it started with the bay. It's coming from the water, they say, but no data suggests
I care what
that.
they say. I want to know what you think.
No data suggests that. There are no more cases near the actual docks than there are interior to the city. So where the data does say that coastal cities are suffering much more heavily than others, but we're not seeing more cases in dock workers than we are corporate employees. So honestly, I don't know that at the moment. Couldn't even guess. It seems to have pretty evenly affected the city. Honestly, go ahead.
What is timeline for job?
Now, yesterday would be great.
I see.
Now, again, as I've mentioned in my background, I am typically a researcher. I don't spend a lot of time among the populace, and I wouldn't consider myself well known among the people here. You might have more luck with the local fixers. You could, I guess you could come see me and the lab after hours. Well, not after hours, but a few hours from now when I'm done with this shenanigan. And I could talk to you, or we could talk to you a bit about our research and what's going on there. We're leading the investigation from a scientific standpoint on CFT.
Have you already looked at the ships coming in?
We've tried. As you may or may not know, I'm not sure if you're local, Bay of Plenty is the second largest port on the entire planet, and the first largest public port. So, looking at all of the ships and all of their containers is impossible. But we're trying. I guess you could go to the docks. Again, none of the data suggests that would be fruitful for you, but by all means, explore as you wish. I suppose those are probably my suggestions for now. Local fixes, my lab, or I guess the docks.
Well, I'd love to hear the full scientific gist of what you think could be happening, so we have a starting point.
Of course, you'll find a good bit of it in the dossier, but you could hear the ramblings of antisocial laboratory technicians if you'd like to come over to the lab.
Oh, perfect. I'd like to hear where they're headed, so I know not to try and retrace their steps.
Good plan. Anything else?
how bound by law are we while we are doing this job for you?
Completely.
Noted.
Do you have any problems with supplying an anonymous account with the daily credits?
Not in the slightest.
Very cool.
Hell, we can deal in cash credits if you prefer.
No, I don't like to carry a card around. Just
I
put it in the number I give you.
I need the cash credits. Thank you.
Noted.
You know how to fund me.
Would you like it delivered to the club or to your personal account?
Let's do 50-50 if you don't mind.
As you wish.
Don't expect the delivery boy back until much after he's due.
Okay. That's his time. And you, sir, Russian fellow, I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. How would you like your funds delivered?
The physical is fine. Put it on a credit stick. That'll be fine.
Excellent. Perfect. Any other questions then?
What was in the coffee?
Oh, good lord, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I knew better than to drink it, but I figured you could at least tip us.
Look, it keeps the boys awake, and that's what matters.
Gross.
Yeah.
It was just...
Well, all right then. Sounds as though we're done. I'll get to my next appointment a little early. Very kind of you. Well, I suppose I might see some of you or all of you later at the lab. Otherwise, best of luck. You can check in with me every morning between the hours of 6 and 8. I will be here in the diner. Recruitment will end 3 days hence, and from then on, I suspect that the diner will be much less busy. So, every morning, 6 and 8. Otherwise, at the lab after 3 p.m. Between then, who knows? I may or may not be busy.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for your time, Dr. Long.
Best of luck.
Not wearing a hat, but I'm going to tip one anyway.
He nods at your fake hat tip. So,
As we go to leave, I go to shake his hand and just say, Edwin. I don't give him my name. And I just go to shake his hand.
Sorry, Germs. Dr. Long, Edwin. So,
I'm just walking away from the table.
the 5 of you exit the area, and we'll say you make your way out of the diner to get a little quiet, maybe, and decide on your next steps. This is your first time actually speaking with each other, I suppose, except for maybe a sentence here or there.
Do y'all want to meet up somewhere a little more private than this? Introduce each other?
Oh, well, I have a place if you, are you familiar with Underground?
I know where that is.
I have a little place by the market down there. It's a safe place. We can go to speak discreetly and not have to worry about anyone overhearing us.
Sounds good to me. Is it available now?
It's available whenever you want, honey.
Oh, well, I mean, fellas, and head over.
I'm just gonna follow when you guys are there. I don't know where we're going.
I will take you there. There is an entrance right down this alleyway, and it'll be just a short walk from there. My name is Miss Fox, by the way. Rocket Fox. You can call me Roxy, Foxy Roxy, or Roxy Foxy. It's really up to you.
Don't be shy, Edwin. You got this shit. I can hold your hand.
No security inside, you said.
Alright, should be back up shortly.
Yeah, we're low.
Good. Hello again. Sorry about that. Anyways. So, you stepped off into a side street. Common drug den, common for under-the-table business. Wish you were part of a loving family? Filled with advertisements.
Yeah, just a second. And so yeah, I drop off into an alcove, take off my old man face, and walk back looking kind of like I do right now.
Okay. You have hair this time.
Yeah. Looks like this.
You're now a handsome mid-30s man.
Yeah. Pale skin, dark hair, silly looking visor, ready to go.
Excellent.
Maybe less likely to get robbed like this. Lead on.
You say that, but people see right through it. But whatever makes you feel better.
Well, there's only so many different faces they can see through before they're looking through nothing. I'll be okay.
Indeed.
So, you make your way towards one of Foxy's business areas. Let's say.
Welcome. It's right over here. And then I just take my finger, put it in the kind of opening in the door, and then it pops open. There's couches and a very large bed in the back, and then a small kitchen, and yeah, it's very quaint for being in an underground market.
I think I'm gonna stand. Thank you.
Oh, well, you're certainly welcome to take a seat or stand or whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Would anyone like some refreshments? I have synth, I have alcohol, I have things that, you probably haven't had in a really long time, if ever.
You have water?
Water, you say? Really? Water?
It's necessary.
Gross.
I haven't met one of you in a while. Certainly, I always keep a little bit on hand, just in case.
At least drink Filtro.
Well, I would hope that it would be filtered,
Always.
of course.
Ah, yes. Filtro. It's the quenchiest.
Hey, that's the purest pure.
It'll
There's
quench
no
ya.
pure pure. It'll quench your quenchings.
I'll
I'm gonna
I'll
go
just
back
take
to
a
the
craft
door.
beer, please.
Oh, craft for him.
Certainly.
I'll have one of those. Just to make
so-
sure the top's on.
Yes, just help yourselves to anything in the kitchen. I always have it refreshed every day. So,
Have you got Cloud Dog
Cloud Dog.
or New Spirit?
If I don't, there is a menu. If you just press that button over there, you can have something. What's the word?
I'll check it out. I'm gonna click on it.
What's the word?
Volcano Spire. I'll have a
Drink it
volcano
For it
spire.
to materialize.
Ah.
Oh, almost magic. There must be a lot of thought and complexity put into this place.
I mean,
Look
isn't
around
everything
real quick and see if I
magical?
spot any surveillance equipment.
It's lavish. This is probably a secret little getaway for her high-profile clientele that are willing to pay the big bucks for a short time with a entertainer.
Oh man, I'm certain there's got to be surveillance here. I'm gonna look real close.
There's a good bet that there's surveillance, but there are no visible cameras.
Okay,
Are
I'm
you
gonna
worried?
spend like the next 15 minutes like trying to discreetly scan the place.
Okay.
My dear, you have nothing to be worried about. I mean, nothing gets out of this room unless it's on someone when they leave.
Excuse me? I was
I
just
like
looking for a
Levi.
beer.
Also, do not sit down anywhere.
Alrighty.
You are all very cautious.
I sit down
Yeah.
with the coffee.
Good.
I'm gonna grab a volcano spire out of her fridge and sit down.
Okay. Everyone is making a very matter-of-fact point to not turn on their black light visors.
I had mine on the whole
I mean,
time.
I've already
no.
scanned all that.
Oh, no.
I just didn't seem to mind.
The
Oh,
room
no.
raiders moment.
Oh no. Okay, so you grab a drink, maybe you grab a seat, and if you're planning on attempting to kind of actively scan the room, I suppose we could make our first roll of the game and roll computers.
General computers.
General computer.
use Windows 95.
I would also like to generally scan the room.
Excellent.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna plop down on the couch, put the dossier into my arm, bring it up so I can see it, and then just start looking through all of the information.
Duly noted. Key, if there is surveillance here, it's extremely well hidden. You might have to turn to hacking if you'd like to really try and check the network.
Oh, I know better than that.
Odin, you are quite certain that you've seen this particular model of wall-based cybersecurity implantations. The seam over there is probably a little wider than it needs to be.
I'd like to go ahead and ping other devices that are attached to that network.
Roll hacking. You take a look around and listen, we'll call it, for pings, since you're maybe trying to be a little discreet. And the main wall you're looking at, with like the kind of like the large back wall, which looks largely structural to the naked eye, is riddled with network equipment. The rest of the underground apartment has a number of minor pieces, all of which feed into that major hub interior to that primary wall. You see like several high tech but very small, very unnoticeable cameras, a jammer, and a easy, kind of like an easy access, easy hide kind of deal. Something that would make it look like no one's home if there were authorities at the door.
Begin your journey to the final frontier. Send the word space to 7299 for a chance to
Understood.
getaway for 2.
So, do you like my pad?
Casinos, top-end brain
Can you turn off your ads?
best chefs in the universe. If you're looking
Ads?
for a taste of paradise, don't
I
wait.
pay
Yeah,
for
your
no
music's so
ads. What do you mean?
Right now, Crystal Palace.
This is an ad-free zone.
Oh, thank you. Someone turned it down.
Strange.
Okay, so
Anywho,
Look,
I assume you
ad-
have this place wired to the walls.
ad
so-
blockers in the future only block most of the ads. They're very technologically advanced.
Well, they go right into your brain.
Oh yeah.
I'm not paying for premium. So, I mean, for real, can you please turn off your surveillance equipment? Let's just meet as equals here.
this surveillance runs back to my own apartment, and it will not go off ever. I certainly wish I could to squash your issues with it, but I certainly cannot. It's just too dangerous. There's
Well,
too
then I
many
can't
things
talk
going on
about the
here.
mission.
You can't
I
talk
can.
about what?
Listen, at the end of the day, we're all in this for the same reason. Everything at this point is wired. If we
Indeed.
can't talk here, there's really nowhere else that we can talk unless we go to another location. And at that
There's
point, it's
plenty
going
of
to take a
quiet
while.
rooms.
This is best place to talk.
I
Agreed.
can assure you, if I was trying to do something malicious, I mean, I would have taken you elsewhere, as this is a very secret and, well, pure place for my mind and
Pure is
my
maybe not the
soul.
word I would use, but
It's a
It
little
is-
grungy,
Be
but
very
nice.
Yeah.
surprised what goes on in these walls. Anywho,
What do
now
you think,
we're
Edwin?
all-
Are you comfortable with this?
I don't think pure means what she thinks it means.
No, I mean the recording.
Oh, I'm fine with it. We're recorded everywhere. It's not a big deal to me.
Okay. Well, I suppose if everyone else in the team is okay, then let's talk.
All right then. So, why are we all here? I could go first, if you'd like.
please.
Very well. Well, I guess a little bit about myself. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Bay, I run a very well-known establishment called Twist, and I co-own it with a friend, a dear friend of mine, who happens to be the reason why I am here. Unfortunately, it pains me to say this out loud, but well, she's contracted it herself. She's in the very beginning stages of it, so there's hope, but not a lot of time.
Is it cyber herpes?
Not cyber herpes. What?
Because I scanned some on the couch over there.
Why don't you go sit over there then? Anyway, no, the CFDs, the
Oh,
nanites.
of course,
they're-
of course.
Yes, the whole purpose of this entire thing. Anyway, yes, I'd very much like to, if anything, find enough funds to cure her of it, because I cannot ever think of living in this godforsaken world without her. Anywho, that's where I'm coming from. What about all of you?
Not to be dark, but
Mhm.
you do understand. Yes, never mind. Yes.
Do I
That's good.
understand what I'm dealing with? That she might disappear, that she might die, that she might become taken by some who knows what, or become an AI? I certainly know. I'm trying to do what I can to save her.
I appreciate Roxy a lot. Thank you very much, Roxy.
Thank you for listening.
That's a very noble goal. In fact, I'm also trying to find enough money to do whatever the hell I want and maybe cure this along the way.
That's a little bit different than mine, but I still really like where you're coming from.
Might have the same result.
Indeed, if one of us accomplishes it, we all benefit in some way, correct?
Oh yeah, I heard those escalating rewards. I mean, curing it, that's got to be the goal.
Exactly.
For
I don't-
all those innocent people, right?
I don't think anybody's quite innocent in this world, but yes, the sentiment, sure.
Yeah, it's our duty to try and fix their poor brains. We have to look out for our fellow people, right?
Are you okay? It sounds like you're reading from a script, and
Oh
not
no,
not very
I'm just
well.
lying. I don't give a shit about anyone. I really just want to make some money.
Why
Oh,
didn't you
really?
lead with that to begin with?
That's
Considering-
honesty, and I like honesty.
What fun is honesty when you can craft a whole news story?
Well, honesty is only well hidden when you lie well, and considering how thinly veiled your deception
Man,
was, it was
that
not
must
very
represent a
helpful.
high degree of trust. It's almost like I'm
Hmm.
team bonding.
Indeed.
Could have been any
Right.
other group. Okay, next.
I am here for money. I have smaller other reasons for doing so, but money is main motivator.
There you go. Honesty up front. I like it.
Oh, I'm also here for healing the sick children. Yeah. Feel terrible about all the children getting this too.
Is that another one of your jokes to you?
What? No. I have a 15-year-old son. He wastes away a little more every day of CFD. Sometimes he looks me in the eyes, says, Papa, Wait, who are you? Doesn't even know where he is. Breaks my heart every day. Might have to put him down soon.
Put him down? Did you just use the terminology put him down?
Yeah, I mean, if we can't find
uh,
a cure quickly, he's wasting away by the minute.
I'm just
Just
gonna
like
cry.
Roxy here.
I think he's lying about that. This dude's fucking terrible.
You think he's lying?
Listen, I would never lie about something as deep, heartfelt, and personal as my own son.
Key, I have a question.
Of course, I'm an open book. Oh, no. I'm an open door.
How cybernetic are you? What is your makeup?
A little bit. Standard. Not much. I'd tell you where I grew up if this whole fucking room wasn't wired, but a little bit cybernetic, the usual.
Hey,
You're,
this room is very private.
Is it?
Yes, it is very private.
I'm gonna
Thank you,
I'm gonna try my best to
Rocky.
figure out if he's truly trying to tell me if it's private or not, or if he's like trying to tell me it's not private.
You trying to tell if he's lying to you?
Yes.
Roll psychology.
I didn't take that.
Well, I guess you're going to be pulling it in and then rolling against the minimum.
Fuck, I really should have taken that. Oh Lord. So I'll be able to convince NPCs, but I'm gonna have no fucking clue if they're feeding me shit back.
Anyway, these are all lovely
That's very
stories.
secure. So yeah, just a little bit cybernetic, you know, the usual nanites in my blood, just like you guys.
Absolutely.
I mean, y'all can take a blood sample as long as you remove my markers.
Please, let's keep it inside of your body.
I go in my spiel and I just say, I'm not quite like this fuckhead here. My wife and child actually suffers from this. That's actually why I'm here.
Shit, so we're all here for our kids. That's insane.
I mean, mine wasn't my child, but sure.
I mean, we're all children of the great goddess, right?
God, sir.
Oh no.
Never mind.
You know,
listen.
Anyway, have you all had a
the
chance
goddess
to
Linux.
your dossier yet?
No, I mean, we just walked straight over here. I got no clue what's in there. Hopefully it's, you know, all of their formulae and everything that they're working on.
As you scan the dossier, you take a good long look, and the summary is basically what he already told you, that Stone Tech Labs is leading up the efforts to investigate, though there are several labs working in conjunction with them. They do not have much information yet, though they do suspect, or they know that it is CFD, which does have something to do with the nanites that are in most people's brains. So they know it is technologically related. They do not know what is causing what they can only assume to be widespread brain damage, because CFD only really shows itself when the brain is damaged and the nanites need to replicate in order to assist or repair.
Yes.
It suggests that there are two major avenues of exploration that they suggest. It does not make mention of the docks. It says, you can check in with Stone Tech or other laboratories to see what their research is putting together and if they have any suggestions. And then it's like its primary suggestion is checking with the local fixers.
Is there a list of local fixers on there?
There is. It suggests that there are 3 contacts that they have notified might be receiving new requests. There are probably more fixers. For the 2 of you who are not local, you don't know any of these names, but for the 3 of you who are, you know that there are definitely more than 3 fixers in the area, but you have heard of all 3 of the ones that they suggest here. The suggestions are for Auntie, which is an AI who may or may not be a front for a middle-aged woman. It suggests scrap metal, which is my notes on this, sorry, is either a sentient AI or the robotic face of some man behind the curtains bullshit. And Lorenzo, probably the most famous fixer in the city, not because he's actually famous, just like he's willing to work with everybody and always has jobs kind of guy.
Have I worked with any of them directly?
You definitely know Lorenzo. Maybe not face to face, like would recognize each other, but you have done jobs that were given by him to some of your companions before, or maybe you do know him face to face and you can, be familiar. Auntie and Scrap Metal, you both know of, but have not worked with. They're not in your line of business, let's say.
Well, depending on where we want to start with all
I
of this
worked with any of
information.
Sure. Well, your profession is not so much a work with kind of deal. You're more often someone that they're working for. You need information, and they're getting it for you, and you're willing to pay for that.
Oh, I see. So I've never been roped in, but I've used their services.
Right. You probably know Auntie best. That you needed something obscure, and she figured out where it was for you. And Roxy, you definitely know Lorenzo, probably face to face. And you've heard of scrap metal, nothing good, but you've definitely heard his name several times. Scrap metal has weird jobs. He's the one that like desperate people go to that are willing to risk their lives for something they don't truly understand. The only story you've really heard would be like a friend of a friend of a friend, you know, like fourth line connection, did a job for scrap metal that had him going into the sewers to pick up a broken toilet.
I suggest we stay away from that middle one. Scrap metal? Not quite the most appropriate character for something like this, I would say. Yeah, let's just not go any further than that. You get the...
What do y'all say about swinging by the lab around 3 to 4, and then going and shaking down Auntie and Lorenzo afterwards as a team?
Well, we certainly won't need to shake down Lorenzo. I know Lorenzo quite well. Auntie, I'm not too familiar with. I've heard of her, but yeah. I think we could definitely have a word with them.
I mean, they're not going to give us anything for free. We're either going to pay them or threaten them. You know that.
Sure. If we need to, I mean.
Or maybe we walk in, make close friends, have a good time, talk about the weather. Maybe they give us what we need, right? That can work.
With Lorenzo.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Maybe that's even possible. I'll shut the fuck up when we talk to Lorenzo then, and hopefully y'all can get what we need from him without that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's have you quiet down for a bit. I also know Lorenzo, and I believe that I may be able to talk with him about what he might know, considering how global this is. Not to say that he is a selfless, charitable person, but I think he knows that it would be for the best of all of us if this was solved with some type of urgency.
In your experience, Levi, Lorenzo's entire life, his job is knowing anything. He makes his livelihood being in the know, and that's where his gigs come from. He knew a thing and sent someone out to get it, got tasked by someone probably like our man Key here to get some info or a thing that was hard to find. His jobs are probably medium in pay, but also usually he's usually like, some fixers will be like, all right, man, I need you to go get a missile. And you're like, okay, where? And they're like, I don't know, man, but I'll give you 1,000 credits for a missile. That's the whole gig. Lorenzo's like, you need to go here, pick this up. This is what the guards look like, and I'll pay you 800, like a little less than those dangerous jobs kind of credits.
Right. In my past experience working with Lorenzo or transacting with him, he seems to be very specific with the things that he needs. So I believe that if I ask him, let's be honest, we may be able to get some information. So
whatever makes you feel better, I'm fine with that.
I've bought from Auntie before. We could probably buy information from her as well.
Easily. Auntie makes her business on the net. And so if there are useful but very hard to find rumors, information, tidbits that are only inside of the digital walls, Key, you're quite certain Auntie would know where to look.
We don't have to limit ourselves to just one. We can go to multiple sources and see if they overlap or if they go in different directions. So,
like I said, let's swing by the lab when it opens around 3, and then we'll go talk to each of these fixers on the list and see if we can find it.
Well, that does leave us with a time gap. It is currently 8 a.m.
Wow, I'm drinking a beer at 8 a.m. Didn't think I'd be in these days again.
So
What about you,
before-
Edwin?
Oh, I do not know. I think it is important to understand what information has been collected about victims first. You know, not necessarily just where they are, but time frame, what happens, all of those bits and information, and also understanding nanite cryptography to make sure that it's not you being used as backdoor based on generational differences between various nanites.
If we can scoop up who's been taking these people, I can get in there and take the research. Or I'm sure one of you guys could hack in and take it without even going there physically. Or maybe a combination of our strengths. We can make it.
Or perhaps the megacorps themselves are taking the people. I have my own opinions about these corporations, and I know that they would kill an entire town, city, if it meant that their profit would stay unhinged. So,
Oh, I agree, my friend. There's
Very
no
well.
question it's a megacorp snatching people. The only question is which one.
if not multiple.
Well,
Here's my question for you. It's a personal question, so excuse this, but are any of you affiliated or known to work with any of the gangs locally? Just out of curiosity.
You said gangs?
Gangs, yes.
I mean, I may have done a job with someone in a gang unknowingly once or twice, but I'm not affiliated.
I would say the same thing. I get a lot of clients
I
in
was
my
gonna say,
line of work.
define work with. Roxy's probably worked with plenty of gangers.
Yes, and by work with I mean actively been a part of or a member of.
No, I'm not in any organizations. Don't worry about that. Don't need any baggage.
Yes. I wouldn't think that with your mouth you would be, yes. Okay.
I'm
Hey,
on
I only
good
talk like
terms.
this because we're friends. You saw me in the diner. Sunshine and
I'm-
buttercups, right?
I have no issue with you. It's just you being a gang member would be very interesting for the said gang, Keith. That is all.
Well, fuck the gangs, fuck the corporations. It's good with me.
Do any of you know Organistana locally?
Do any of us know?
It's a Russian mob.
The mob, the Russian mob.
I think I've had the borscht in their tea room before.
I think I
That
might
count?
have been in that team room as well.
It's nice, especially on a cold day. Piping hot food, 15 different varieties of pennyroyal tea. Can't find that shit anywhere else. Authentic, too.
Roxy, roll intelligence for me.
Hey, you there. I'm talking to you. Are you getting what you want from life? Let me guess.
There was a time in your younger days, back when you worked for someone rather than for yourself, where you and a couple of girls and boys and others went to a room, a building, a place in the underground, and that's pretty much all you remember about it. You know you were there. You're pretty sure something happened. You remember Russian accents, but the contents of that evening were wiped from your memory, as you had been employed very specifically in your doll capacity, and they chose not to let you keep any of it.
I haven't thought about that in a long time. I do recall being in some room underground. I Russians around me. I remember them clearly, their accents, but I don't quite know what they were doing or saying or why I was even there. But it was so long ago. It probably doesn't even matter anymore.
Odin, roll intelligence for me.
Okay.
Duly noted. Continue.
Yes.
So what was your idea with the gangs?
Well, I was thinking big operators in area, gangs, others who are kidnapping people already or doing things to people are probably going to also notice uptick and probably have rumors of who is taking people.
Yeah, maybe. Hmm. I mean, I know quite a few people in quite a few places. If we're looking to get some in somewhere, I mean, I could certainly hook us up.
If you need to open a door or play a part, I'm around.
Also,
What is everyone able to do? Let's start there. That way we can organize team more effectively.
I can get you in or open up anything you need.
So, you're a hacker?
No. Unless it's a social hacker.
As I stated before, I am quite well known in this community. I have acquaintances here and there. I could probably talk my way in anywhere if I needed to, or maybe a little bit more.
Oh, we could work well together.
Could we?
I think so. A couple fun disguises, some persuasive words. You know,
I like
it's
that.
really easy to work on my own, but with somebody else to work off of like that, even more convincing. One liar, not that hard to spot. Two, well, if you're the one looking, you're in the minority. A lot harder.
Indeed.
I may or may not have the tech that needs to open the doors, and I may or may not have the disguises and makeups and prosthetics and everything else we need. So we can do some things. We can do some fun stuff, especially if one of y'all is good with computers or guns.
Roxy.
Gotcha, say.
Roxy. Your secure line notifies you through one of your little ocular implants that you've got a message.
Excuse me for one moment. I'm just gonna go over into the restroom.
Okay. I'll come back to you in a second.
Okay.
Go ahead, everybody else.
I am.
That's
I am-
frustrating.
Yeah.
I
I am
reveal,
hack. Well,
I reveal the smallest detail about myself, and she runs away to talk on the phone.
Hey, she didn't have any visible cues that she's going to talk on the phone.
Well, she steps out of the room.
Yes.
That makes my skin crawl a little bit. But, we're a team. I'm in this, so go ahead. Sorry.
it's fine. I am hacker. Used to be boxer. Do with it what you will.
you used
I'm
to
so
what?
happy to have a hacker here.
Did you say you used to box?
Yes.
Like for UPS.
You are funny, man.
Universal Hollow Package Services.
Well,
Was that professionally, or did you do underground work?
Both. Is professional is for glam, underground is for real fights where many rich men spend lots of money to understand violence within viewing distance.
Yes. I've seen many places similar to that.
The gambling world appreciates you. You make life a lot more fun.
Ugh. So many of them want.
In the bathroom, Roxy steps aside and has a seat, pulls open her phone, recalls the message.
Foxy? 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 What? Oh. Voicemail. I just woke up. I feel like it's been so long. Where did you put me? This isn't my room. Can you come get me? Did you? I don't like it here.
The message cuts off.
I'm gonna send a hologram, sort of like a phone call, but I see through my ocular, the whole way there. I'm gonna go check on her, try to calm her down, see if she's still confused. I'm gonna be in here for a minute.
Okay. Back outside.
Well, as for me, if we're talking about proficiencies and things of that nature, I am not as gifted as you all are probably when it comes to technology. I am just me. I don't have any enhancements, as they would say. However, if you need to get into a place, I can create documents that can pass as the real thing. I can get you in. I can not too bad with conversation and persuasion myself. If you need something stolen, I can do that for you. If you need me to get into somewhere silently, unnoticed until it's too late, that's typically what I prefer to do. But if the fight breaks out, I'm probably going to leave.
Well, Levi, my friend, it sounds like we have the exact same specialties. We should work well together.
Levi, check your DMs, please.
Yes. Also, very much like you, yet so much different. I know a great number of people in positions that you would not even know existed. Well, I'm sure you know people in places that everybody wishes they could be.
So you know the people behind the people that know the people?
I know the people that you don't know that you need to know.
Well, that's kind of cool. Okay. I'll take your word for it. But just like an example. So I'm CEO Tom Bridges of Tom Bridges Cybernetics Incorporated. Who would you know in
Yes.
connection to him?
In that situation, I would know that that business itself has a brand that it may or may not actually use as a front. I would actually know how
Underworld kind of
they,
stuff.
you want to call it that, yes.
Oh, that's cool. So we get multiple angles of attack. I like that. If you need me to impersonate a CEO, I'm ready.
Alrighty.
Well, seeing as I'm the last one, I'm an engineer, mostly mechanical. Pretty good with physics. Well, pretty adept rifleman. That's one of my hobbies. Back where I live, I can repair most electronics. I'm pretty good with electronics. I'm pretty good with heavy machinery as well, if need be.
Are you getting what you want from life? Let me
It's most of my trade right there.
dusty water from the tap, another murder
And your
mystery.
family has CFD.
But what if you could leave that all behind? Far
Yeah, thanks.
when you begin your journey to the final
Excuse
I mean,
him. He seems to
Definitely
lack.
keep that to yourself. It's okay to share that with us, but people will use that against you.
two at the Crystal Palace.
Don't let them know you're desperate to find the
Not
cure.
your brain dancer,
Just
the
let them know
best
you're
place
looking.
in the universe. If you're looking for a taste of paradise, don't wait any longer. Send space.
That was the most sincere comment you have made all night.
We're a team. My success is your success. Your success is mine.
At the door.
Slightly less sincere, but funny.
At the door comes a loud knocking sound.
I fucking knew it. I can't believe I didn't make her turn off the lines. This is ridiculous.
It'll pretend no one is home. Leave it alone. Trust me, it'll be fine.
Do I hear this while I'm in the restroom?
I'm gonna.
I don't know. Are you
Silent-
still busy?
I mean, I was, but I assume if I hear a knocking, I'm gonna be pretty intrigued by that sound because nobody ever knocks here.
That's true. They don't.
I'm gonna silently walk up to the door and listen and pause.
You hear. Well, it is a pretty thick door. It is intended for privacy, after all. Maybe you should roll. Why don't you roll me a listen? Can't make it out. Or if anything's there at all, it's the walls are too thick.
I'm gonna pop my head out of the bathroom door. Not coming out all the way, but I'm just gonna quietly say, "No one answer that door. This is not a place where one knocks."
I'm gonna unsheath my gun and then yell out, "Is that you, Evangeline?"
The banging increases in volume.
I'm gonna look through the port. I'm gonna look at the monitor for the door.
Would you like to call up the monitor?
Sure.
All right. Roll computer use.
I'm gonna look at Roxy and go, "That's it. Computer screens."
Roxy, you do have a monitor, and but it's. I mean, this is a location intended for privacy. Like, it's all well hidden. You'll have to, like, you know where it is. They would have to hunt for it. So if you want to try, you can.
I'm going to, I guess I'll walk out from the bathroom and, everyone, please, if you don't mind, I'd prefer you not know where everything I have is, so please, don't look. And then I'm gonna go over to a small area next to the bed, and, I'm going to, push down on the ground. It's gonna pop up. It's a small tablet-like monitor, and then I'm gonna use it to see if I can see on the cameras outside.
Okay. You pull up the monitor next to the bed, and outside is Georgia.
I'm gonna cancel the hologram me that I had sent to our place, and I'm just going to send one directly to her outside if it is indeed her.
You're gonna try and send her a direct message, not
Mm-hmm.
through the like hollow system you've been using.
Yeah.
Okay. What's it say?
Tell me the password, Georgia, please. You know not to knock.
Rocket, let me in.
Damn it. I'm gonna send another message. Password, Georgia, password.
I'm so cold. Why did you put me in this room?
You're outside my door. Let us just carry on. Just ignore the knocking. Hopefully it stops soon, and once we're done, we can leave and we'll figure out what's going on.
No. Was this a
No,
setup?
no, you need to tell us what's going on right now, actually. I'm going to go ahead and drop my
Didn't cut the
handgun.
cameras, didn't cut the lines, and now there's knocking and weird messages. I'm
Please.
opening the fucking door.
No, you are not. You do not have the authority to do so.
Shabbat.
Anyway,
I open the door.
Are you,
but you didn't even give me a chance to explain. You yelled over me. Ugh.
The door slides open, and there's no one on the other side.
Take a little peek.
Yes,
See
you lock
nothing.
that door right now.
The door
Can I step
knocks.
outside?
The door knocks again.
Do not open that door
The door
again.
is currently open.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
knocking.
I'm gonna step outside and look around with my gun drawn.
I'm checking what I pinged earlier. I'm looking for the speakers.
Roll hacking.
Okay.
Yes, it might be smart for someone to check the network.
The speakers are broken. They don't even seem to work. They ping. They still have a network signal, but as far as you can tell, they don't seem functional.
I'm going to go ahead and push this roll.
Go ahead. Unfortunate.
I can't spend luck to make that better.
Not both. You can luck or push, but not both.
Okay.
When you guys, so the most of you are looking at the door. Edwin, you stayed in your seat, as did Odin. And while you're looking at the door, distracted by what's going on, you still have the wherewithal to take a look around, Edwin. And you see Odin staring at the back wall, opposite the door, completely in the wrong direction for anything that happens to be happening. And there's a pair of blinking red lights behind his ears.
I'm still over by the bed, so I guess I would be looking towards the door. I wouldn't be looking in the direction he's looking at right now, but I'm gonna be able to see him.
Right. You can see that he and Edwin and Odin have not left the couch, but are otherwise not really doing anything, while Levi and Key are pretty proactively absorbing attention, as well as, you know, your confusion about the door scene.
Do I see the red lights?
Roll spot, or spot hidden for me. No, the combination of what's happening at the door and your confusion about the Georgia situation, a little too focused.
Well, I suppose we should just leave now because this place has been compromised. Thank you so much for opening the damn door.
You're one step ahead, and you shouldn't have bugged it. I'm gonna step out further.
But what?
You step out into the underground tunnel or hallway. Everything seems very normal. But we're going to take a break right here. We're going to go to the bathroom, take a drink, you know, hang out. Chat, we'll see y'all in a little bit. screen so that she can have her lights because they'll look funky. Yeah, they look weird. Hello, we're back from the break. It is us, the people who were on break but aren't anymore.
Sir, I have 4 more minutes of break left as per my contract.
Your 4 minutes of break time were used up by your assistant, me.
Yeah. Well, put in a good word with him and tell him I got to finish my Nature Valley brand cranberry and pomegranate trail mix bar, all right?
Your hollow trail mix hollow bar will be absorbed through the traditional nutrient channels, sir. Don't you worry.
I'd prefer that they pass through my electrobiodes if possible.
As you wish.
Thank you.
Hashtag ad. I'm disappointed you guys hated the advertisements so much that I had to turn them down immediately.
It didn't bother me. It felt realistic, and it's like that's more like if I'm walking on the street, that feels normal.
Well, that's what, and that's what I've got. Like all of my like inner city doing like hanging out, going place to place, they all run that track, and all of
like
them
a
have
blimp.
Yeah.
Like a blimp just with a banner, like going around the entire thing, playing like
Yeah, and when you guys get to a place, you won't hear them anymore, of course.
Yeah.
And you actually custom made those, right?
Absolutely. Well, not necessarily just me, but yes, someone that is a real person that we all know are all those voices. Some of them are me. Some of them are not.
So you had to have some voice actors in on those, right? I think one of them was distinctly feminine.
Sure.
Whoever it is, good job.
There is me plus 2 others so far.
Nice. I wouldn't bet against you. You could probably pull off a lot of random voices with a little modulation.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I do have an excellent pair of voice modulators, but one physical, one digital.
Yeah, your feminine voice is really nice.
Well,
You should use
you.
that.
That's kind of
That
you.
it just does so much. Anyway, I feel a certain type of way. Let's go.
Don't stay up late. Randy's got an ASMR stream at 3 a.m. he doesn't tell anybody about.
Every time, no, I've told him every time he does that voice, I'm just like, You tell.
So, let me scroll down a smidge. Looks like you guys are looking at the wrong thing. Alrighty. As we're trying to be official and professional about this stream, if you're enjoying your time here, we appreciate you joining us. If you're not following us, hit the follow button. If you'd like to subscribe, use your Twitch Prime or whatever, we'd certainly appreciate it, either here or on some of the channels of the others who have recently picked up streaming on their own. One, Pepperjack and Ninja Quay. I think that's the only 2. You get the other 3 of you don't stream, right? I haven't secretly been missing streams. Like I know you used to, Dungeon, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's considerable outcry and demand, nah.
That's an excellent distance. Well, I mean, 6 feet, right? L2 handle, social distancing and all. 6 feet. Very important. 5 feet is not enough. That's in the splash zone.
Dude,
if you go
you're in my splash zone. Why have I not been a surfer? Whoa, dude. You're in the splash zone, bro.
Whoa, bro.
Maybe next time. Maybe next character.
Surfer voice is always fun. Being a dude bro is one of my favorite characters.
Bro.
You kill it with those, man.
Bro.
Have you guys seen the tubes?
Crazy gnarly, bro.
Powerful wizard character that was a fucking dude, bro.
That was so fun. I remember him. It was a good time. Anyways, back to Calls of Cthulhu's. So,
Cthulhu's calling.
Cthulhu is calling.
You gonna pick up the phone?
I think I already did.
In fact, you did. All right.
Oh, no.
One of you just stepped outside and is looking around at a relatively empty underground tunnel or hallway. The other 2 of you are looking outside, one of you quite upset about it. One of you is sitting on the couch, seemingly transfixed with what appears to be a blank wall. And the last of you is looking at the one who's transfixed, probably wondering why there are red blinky lights behind his ears.
All right, I'm stepping back in, closing the door. What is this shit? Fucking rig the door to knock randomly? Leave your recorders on? What aren't you telling us?
And I make everybody aware of what's going on with Odin.
Don't tell me you make everybody aware. Make everybody aware.
Oh, okay. Something's going on with this Russian guy. I don't.
Are they
He's
working
got red
together?
lights on the back of his ears. It's a whole thing. He's
He's the
been
one who said
staring
we
at
could
this.
trust this place. Are you in it together?
As you draw your attention back towards Odin, he opens his mouth. And from both his mouth and the speakers at the back of the room, you hear...
Roxy? Roxy?
How the fuck am I the most trustworthy one here? What is this shit?
Well, I wouldn't count myself out quite yet. Let's pause really quick. Roxy, could you do you mind? I'm purposely like pointing my gun away from her as to not threaten her. Would you mind please telling us what the hell is going on here?
Please.
Roxy she's fuming. She's in the corner. Just total disarray. And when she hears, that voice, she is infuriated. And okay, hold on. Let me fix something. I must do things.
I ask a big question to Roxy. I go, Miss Fox, did you say this all went back to your own place? Could somebody be doing something from there?
Well, don't let the silence.
Miss Fox, are you going to respond? What are you doing?
Oh no, I think it's got her
you're
too.
muted, Pepper.
I know I'm muted.
Oh.
If everyone would just move on a second. Mm. 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 Mm.
Okay. I hear your questions. Let me just roll it back a second. First of all, could we please shut the damn door?
It's closed.
And yes, to answer your question, this does dial back into my own home, which is where Georgia is, which could be why she's coming through here, but
Through him?
no, through here.
Who the fuck is Georgia? The state?
That you know, Georgia?
I literally told you when we first came in here.
It's your dying family member. Georgia?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, not family.
But either way, either she has come through here, and I don't know how she's hacked us, but she's hacked us, and
Is she a person?
She doesn't seem to be, considering she is coming out of the mouth of our boxer friend right now.
she used to be. I told you she has the beginning stages of CFD, and I'm not quite sure what that means, but
Well, you might not want to give her access to your home terminals if we're trying to figure out how to stop CFD. Because maybe CFD has a vested interest in not being stopped.
it may indeed be something else. I mean, it was luring you outside. Apparently, you
That was
fell
one
for
of
it.
your tricks. I wanted to know who you had lined up. In fact, the voice you did earlier, the voice through him, the fake knocking, all the lies, this just seems like a big game to you.
All the lies.
Like
What are
some
you
of
even
this fucking
talking
mystery and
about?
work is a
You're the
team.
one that disguises yourself. You're a lie walking around.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down. It seems that
As
we
if I'm
are.
gonna show up in the middle of a
We're-
dinner with this.
We're
face?
forgetting. We are forgetting the reason we're having this conversation, which is for our boxer friend. If you want to argue, we can do this later. But right now, he has red going through his ears, and he is speaking like your friend Georgia, apparently. So how do we fix this?
Georgia, Are you here?
Odin's mouth closes. The red lights stop blinking. And he blinks his eyes.
Odin,
Yes,
what just happened to you? Do you know?
I'm not entirely sure. I was looking for speakers, and then things went blank.
Sweetie, you're flashing lights out of your neck, and then you appear to speak my dear friend George's voice.
The kernel crashed on my cyber deck. I do not understand.
Either way,
Odin, there's a message in the corner of your eye.
Everyone can see his eye track down to look at a message.
Odin's got
You don't see the message.
Odin's got one of those rare talents as a human. He can move one eye and not the other. You know, he can be like straight and downright or something like that. And you see just his right eye track down to the lower right corner.
I think he's broke again.
No, I am fine.
Odin, the message is a just a simple latitude longitude.
Well, Odin?
Who sent me this?
Sent you what?
Oh,
What do you have?
UMT coordinates. I do not understand where they lead into.
If
The
you
message
can you
has a code signature, but not a true name signature that just translates to G.
I am going to pull up a map and enter those coordinates into it.
It leads to well, according to the map, this was a small, not megacorp, but regular corp building. However, given this is the future and, you know, things are relatively automatic to the point of being invasive, it also automatically points out via a news article that this building was torn down 6 months ago.
And satellite imagery has been updated.
It has not.
Okay. Building is gone and torn down. Where the location was given, I do not understand.
what do you mean location was given?
1 second, please. Here, let me. Can I have pen and paper? I'll write coordinates down for you.
pen and paper? What is this? The ancient times?
You can just say 'em. I put it in my holophone.
I hand him some.
If someone is if someone is invasive into my cyber deck, I do not want to transmit data.
The engineer pulls out old school legal pad and paper and pen.
Thank you.
Wait, do you even need to say it? I'm sure you have one of them robot brains. Just remember it.
Here, let me write it down. Screw. I'll write down the UTM coordinates.
Okay. He writes down a lat long. That's it.
Well, this has been a very eventful morning. Glad that we are really making steps towards the getting to know each other.
Did he write down? Did Odin write down the G part?
Nope.
I didn't figure.
Nor did I.
But what are we doing to make progress as to why we're here in the first place? We've basically done nothing but talk about our feelings.
I feel like I know less about everyone except for Edwin. He laid his hand down.
What do you want to know?
Oh, well, I'm not sure I actually wanted to know anything. I really just want to solve the mystery.
Here's the deal, Key. You are going to either need to trust me because I've literally given you everything that I have. I've opened up my door.
I completely trusted you. And yet in return, more mysteries. theatrics, strangeness.
You
Knocks on the
just
door.
met me. I
Crack
don't know.
robot pin.
I'm
It's
supposed to
ridiculous.
give you a pamphlet outlining my entire existence?
No, just no more games, please. This is
There are
ridiculous.
no games. I'm living through this just as you are right now.
Can I roll psychology on that while she's talking?
Absolutely.
To her credit, someone just
Seems legit.
Someone just got access to my cyber deck. That should not happen easily.
I agree. However, once we opened that door, it made it quite easy for anyone to access us. Which is why I prefer to be closed the entire
In what
duration
way?
we're here.
Do you have over-the-air access in here? I thought this place was secure.
I literally just said, if you open the door, it becomes accessible.
This place is like Faraday cage. Signals don't go out.
Right. And it shouldn't come in either if everything is securely shut and locked.
I'd volunteer my safe house, but I don't trust any of y'all to not, reveal that location immediately.
Then why did you offer to talk about safe house? Anyway.
It certainly could have been.
Because I assumed we all had one, and I assume that's what this was.
It could have been the CFD affecting her, and perhaps she needed to reach out to us. Maybe it's her subconscious trying to find a way. I've never dealt with anything like this, so I'm unsure, but you have to give me some credit. I'm living through this. I don't know what to do. I've never experienced.
What was the result of the roll, by the way, Ryan, for me?
Seems legit.
Listen, I say that we trust her. At the end of the day, she seems freaked out. I don't know what that voice that she made earlier was, and if anything, that's my main concern at the moment.
Sometimes when I get really, really stressed and upset,
You get possessed by a demon?
strange. I've chucked it up to harmless, but well, long story short, a long time ago, and when I was much younger and more naive and not very careful, I guess. This wonderful gentleman, actually, he was a doctor, a scientist of some sort. And, well, we were at his private lab one evening, as we were. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. He had me down there in the lab, and, he showed me.
You often go to labs?
He showed me this thing, and I cannot tell you the sensation I got from it.
This isn't one of your... Listen, we all know your line of work. This is really what we're doing right now.
Took you
This
down his
lab-
lab and showed you his thing. I've heard this a million times.
Holy fucking shit, I'm not going to have a conversation, am I? Are you done? Is everyone done?
What's the point?
Anyway, it was on the other side of a glass, and, well, it was, staring into me, and at some point it disappeared, and it was never seen again, and I never heard from that gentleman again, and, well, I see it from time to time, although I haven't seen it in a long time.
You see what?
The thing that was behind the glass. I don't know what it is. I never got an explanation. I was rushed home right away, and then I never saw him again.
Could
was
we
very
take a look
upset
at the building?
What did you say?
Could we take a look at the building?
The building?
The
building?
coordinates. The coordinates that I was received from about the building that's been torn down 6 months ago, and there's no refresh imagery of that area.
Sure.
That doesn't seem to have anything to do with our goal at the moment, though. We still haven't even decided on how we're going to go after the information that we need. And now we're going to go to a building?
No, we got it. We're just fucking around until 3 o'clock. Then we're going to visit the lab, and then after that, we're going to go visit the fixers, right?
3 o'clock. I mean, it's 2:30 now. Shouldn't you get going?
Where did that time go? God, I feel like 5 minutes ago was 8 a.m. and I was drinking a beer. Did you? No, they were sealed. I verified the seal. How did time pass so quickly?
You opened the door.
Opening the door makes 5 hours disappear? What the
Let's
Okay,
go.
I gotta get some fresh air. This is too fucked up. Anybody who wants to solve this case,
Well, he
meet
breathes
me
oxygen
at
now.
meet me at the what the fuck? What were they?
The
Rock
lab
Tech?
across.
Who the fuck are we working for?
Dr. Long.
Yeah, what was this? What was this corp? We got to go to their lab. Stone Tech. Sorry. Anybody that wants to solve this, meet me at Stone Tech Labs at 3 o'clock. All right, this is ridiculous. In fact, I don't even know where the fuck it is. I'm leaving right now. I'm gonna go find it. See y'all there. And I'm walking out.
Does everyone else leave, or are we splitting the party?
Oh God, here we go. Split the
I'm-
party.
Nope, I'm not leaving y'all. Stay
Nope,
with
I think
everybody.
we're all going together.
I'm gonna go to follow him.
Everyone-
unless
Everyone follows out to Stone Tech Labs.
All right.
As you may
Y'all are
recall,
making some sense now.
Stone Tech Labs is right across the street from the diner.
I'm gonna like try my best to go through, run a security breach report on my monitor and see if I can spot anything. And if not, I'm just gonna try my best to overhaul, locking it away, so that nobody can get in there ever again.
I'm sure you'll get around to that, but the first thing you notice when you leave the room is you've got another message from hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way out towards the cars or whatever it is you're taking to get to Stone Tech Labs, you check your message. It's from what was a bouncer and is now a friend of many years. He watches your club while you run said club. He's still the muscle, but he's a lot more than that after all this time. And he checks in on Georgia. Your message says Georgia's gone.
Hey, Raid.
Oh, hello. Hallows Evie. Thank you. That's very kind of you. We're playing some Cyberpunk Call of Cthulhu. Things are ever so slightly spooky. Just a smidge. So, Georgia's gone.
Aw.
You head for the cars. Unless you're gonna procure a van. You probably can't all fit in one, but at least between two, you make your way back across town towards the lab.
Miss Foxy, could I get your number so I can make sure that we're staying in touch in case we that everyone, let's exchange numbers so that we can identification so we can change send
Absolutely.
messages.
Here's the line you can reach me at.
Perfect.
Sure. I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna tap his arm.
Contact exchange.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Across town. Make our way back to the lab. Where is Foundry? Oh, there it is. I found it.
you found it.
Damn. It's just after 3, maybe 3:05, 3:10, and you pull up outside. You get dropped
I've
off.
got the old man mask on. That I
Back
met
in your
him
old
with
man disguise, okay?
Yeah.
The one he met you in, makes sense. Alrighty. I see. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Duly noted. Anyways, you make your way outside. Head into the lab front door. And at the front, you see not a person, but what is most likely an AI screen.
Oh, good afternoon, friendly bot. Which way to Dr. Long's office?
Dr. Long is currently occupied.
Oh, sorry. Which way to his lab? Or the labs?
I see. The lab. You request information about the lab?
Yeah, we want to go talk to the scientist. We're here trying to learn all about the latest technologies and breakthroughs, as, directed by Dr. Long earlier this morning.
All lab operators are currently indisposed. Can I help
No
you?
way. We were told they were open at 3 o'clock.
Oh, the lab is always open.
Do I know which way his lab is from when we've known each other?
Do you think you've been to the lab? I would have assumed he probably came to you.
I mean, I go a lot of places, surprisingly.
You're not wrong. Okay. Roll luck.
Okay. Do I just click? Okay, cool. This is so weird. Ah!
Unfortunately, you've never been to the lab.
Damn it.
Okay, let's try this a different way. I'm a close personal friend of Dr. Long, hired on a very important mission, and I need to speak to his top scientist in the lab today, right now,
Oh.
with my associates.
You're part of the... You see the
You see like little thinky dots?
corporation assignment.
Oh yeah, conglomerate assignment.
Yes. I have been assigned to assist you with all questions.
Oh, even better. Which way to the lab?
The lab is currently under lockdown procedures.
Why is the lab currently under lockdown procedures?
CFD exposure.
All occupants?
All occupants appear to be... indisposed.
Can you dump all of their data from today onto a hard drive
Absolutely
for us?
not. Personnel files are private.
Can you pull one up for us to look at?
Who would
But
you
not
like to
take?
see?
Mr. Pimento's personnel file.
Mr. Pimento was fired 18 years ago.
Mr. Smith's.
Ah, Mr. Smith is currently deceased.
The other Mr. Smith.
Oh, George Smith.
Yes.
George Smith's file.
You see the file of one of the janitorial staff, George Smith.
Oh, this is exactly what I was looking for. Very helpful. What about Mr. Smith, the scientist?
Mr. Smith, the scientist, is currently deceased.
Oh, that was fast. Have
Is
you got-
Mr. Long, is Dr. Long inside of the lab as well?
Dr. Long is currently inside, yes.
Okay. Have you got your security office's number? Or location?
You would like to speak to the security office or the security officer?
Officer.
Hold on, I'll get him for
Alright, let's
you.
go left. Let's go left. This is fucked. And I'm just gonna go walk over and see if I can find a directory.
There's a door.
Yes, the door.
It appears to be
Are you
locked.
sure?
Well,
Listen,
I'll pull out my multi-tool and open the fucking door.
listen, wait, before you start opening doors again. It said that the lab was
Oh,
locked
we're not
down.
going to the
without-
lab, my friend. We're gonna go find fucking security, figure out what they happened to, and see if Dr. Long's brain's been scrambled already. We gotta get moving.
At the same time, Randy, could
Yes.
I check the version file of that AI or the VI that we were speaking to
Publicly or with hacking?
publicly, because that seems quite uncharacteristic for a VI or even an AI to be.
Oh, it's extremely uncharacteristic. They're supposed to be able
Okay.
to run standalone, let alone whether they are, like actually connected to their networks.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You don't need to roll. This is not appropriate behavior for an AI.
someone has messed with this AI. This is not correct.
We're not getting answers out of that. We gotta fucking go, man. You heard what she was saying.
So we should get in, is what you're saying. If the AI is lying, then we should investigate.
It's not that it's lying. Its code is probably corrupted, which
Yes, of course.
could
So
be very
someone
good.
messed with it. How do we get in? Who can do this?
Have I got this door open yet?
Well, what would you like to do with the door, I suppose? Are you attempting to just like you want it unlocked right now, no checks, no,
Got my
precautions?
electric multi-tool
Okay.
that I intend to unlock a rudimentary door with.
Okay. Hold on. Let's go look at. Okay. All right. Roll locksmith.
We need a theme song.
For what?
Yeah. All right.
Like a
I
theme
gotta
song.
get through this door.
For what?
A breaking and entering theme song.
Like you want like a yeah, that's what I mean. Like what theme is your
Oh.
theme song?
I have no idea. That's why we need
Mission
one.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Is
I'm
there
on the
an
job.
assistance? Is there an assistance system in this, like to make it roll better?
I don't think so.
Bullshit.
James, is there a help?
Help for action?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't
but-
remember there being one.
I mean, I think you can permit like certain things in, like as a bonus roll or lowering the difficulty
Bonus
threshold.
and penalty die. That's exactly what
Right.
happens.
It's the
Yes.
it's the yeah. If I don't know if they need to make a check before they give you an award a bonus
No,
die
no, no.
because they're
Okay,
helping
yeah.
with the
So yeah, I will allow for a bonus or
Bonus
penalty die.
All right, cool.
If someone with physical breaking and entering skills would like to assist here, someone who has good locksmithing.
All right, Levi, I'm cracking this one. You want to give me a hand?
Yeah, for sure, of course. Let's see.
Okay.
So +1 or +2?
So a bonus and penalty die add an extra D10 to your roll. You can roll and then roll a manual 1d10.
Just bring it down more.
Oh, it's in the sliding
Oh, I
scale
got it.
thing too.
Oh, is it? Is it actually in the button pressy?
Yeah, he-
either +1
he
or
ro- he
+2.
rolled it.
This one last
Oh,
two.
fancy. Okay, that's an
Look at
excellent
yours.
roll. That's a extreme success. Those of you who are not familiar with the Call of Cthulhu system, the aim is to roll below your target or skill value. In this case, Key's locksmithing check is 71, and he's hoping to roll below that. Call of Cthulhu also supports something called hard and extreme successes or hard and extreme difficulty challenges. In this case, if you roll below half, you get a hard success, and if you roll below 1/5, you get an extreme success. And this is not quite a crit. That's still like a 001 or a 100 for a critical fail, but it does mean that you did your job exceptionally. You have no trouble discovering the mechanical means for getting through this door. What you realize after the fact is that you were probably in too much of a hurry. You really ought to check for security problems before you go busting through doors, as a pair of auto turrets level themselves out of the ceiling.
Look over at Odin. You take care of those?
Why? No. I'll attempt to quick hack the turrets.
Okay, duly noted. Let's go check the capabilities of your particular OS. Let's see, you're running a tier 2 deck.
Yep.
Which means you can temporarily disable turrets. Luckily, you bought a tier 2 deck. Okay, roll hacking. That's a regular success. One of the 2 turrets can be disabled in time before the other one fires.
Oh, they're on the other side of the door?
No, they're in your room.
Jumping through the door. Motioning.
I'll go ahead and spend 15 luck to see
Make
if
it
I
hard.
can make it a hard success.
Okay,
And
15 luck is an
swing
awful
the
lot of points, and I will
That is a
absolutely
lot.
let you burn 15 luck to disable both turrets.
Are you sure?
He made a decision.
You got both. All right, let's take our
All right.
time.
Both of the turrets, I mean, they level right at you. Maybe Key and Levi would have had time to jump through, but the other three of you were definitely about to get bullet holes all over your body. But some quick work from Odin. They ascend back into the ceiling.
Can we not strip security anymore?
Yeah, we're trying to find security. So, thinking about the layout of this building, which way do y'all think it is? It's got to be somewhere near the front, right?
Question.
What?
Could I roll engineering or, I guess, education to kind of understand like where a lab would be in a building layout?
I'm looking for security office.
It's not really all that difficult. I mean, in a laboratory, building, the labs are going to be the majority of the space. So they're, probably somewhere central to the structure. Security is usually of necessity either in the very front or the very back. So you're either like about to walk into security or it's all the way on the other side of the building.
Okay. I was at that point. I go with the flow of the group and then see if we walk into security. If we do, we do. If we don't, then I will speak up and check all the other rooms, I guess.
Let's glance at all the placards on the doors. I don't see any open. Or do I?
The only directive signs you see are probably two different laboratories, like data analytics, physical sciences, and the morgue.
Man, there's no like lost and found or security or anything like that.
I say we go to the data analytics stuff, see what's in there.
I'd say we check out the lab directly since that's what it was keeping us from. We're already inside, right? Why not just go to the source?
Yeah.
If security hasn't done anything by now, it might just be that they aren't going to do anything.
I was hoping they were just locked up, and maybe if we let them out, they could help us get in the lab.
But if they aren't, and they aren't going to do anything, we're just wasting time when we could have gone directly to the lab.
I mean, I'm also afraid we're going to open that lab up and all get infested with CFD.
That's not a concern for me.
Oh shit! All right, you lead on then, and we'll stay back.
Don't believe it's contagious like that.
Are you speaking to us, or are you just talking in general? If that's not meant for us, then it's fine.
That was over the intercom.
Oh, I didn't hear Andy.
We didn't hear anything.
You can't. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Really?
that's why we couldn't hear that voice. I saw your mouth moving.
Hello? Can you hear me right now?
Nope.
That's so weird.
I'm turning on a special effect on the weird buttons.
I'm changing things. Can you hear me now?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
How about now? No.
You can just deliver it normally, and we'll.
Over the intercom comes in, attention, the laboratory has been breached. Attention, the laboratory has been breached.
Well, time to go to the lab.
I'm going to yell out, Alexa, which way to the laboratory? I'm going to yell out, Alexander, which way to the laboratory?
I use navigation somehow to navigate, or I don't know the.
Navigates for driving and reading maps.
I follow the sign to data and to the data side of it.
Okay. Testing the voices.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
That one works.
I reset the app.
Okay.
All right, so you, the engineers bolting off for data analysis. What are the rest of you up to?
I'm trying to get to the lab.
Well, there are multiple labs. He's heading for the data analysis lab.
I'll go with him. You three go check out the other lab.
Which one?
The physical lab, to see if that's the one that's being breached.
Let's go.
I'm going to assume these doors are locked. Maybe we should split up our lock pickers.
All right, why don't I take one of you?
I want to go with the guy that just ran away. I trust that guy.
All right. So,
all right, Key, come with me.
Key, Odin, and Edwin are heading for data analysis.
As I'm running off, I'm just running. You got this, Levi. Don't let her stab you in the back.
Let me ask you something, Levi. Do you have anything to protect yourself?
Oh, do I hear that?
No, you guys are you're on the move. Since Edwin's running, you guys are at least jogging.
Shit.
I would prefer not to fight.
Someone just
There's not-
reached the lab that you want to go to, and you're telling me you'd prefer not to fight. We should probably go with them. I'm gonna turn around and go towards where they went.
Okay.
There's some Scooby-Doo stuff going on.
Scooby-Doo indeed. All right, so the 5 of you head off towards data analysis and make your way into the laboratory. Looking around, I'd say probably everyone but Edwin has done enough criminal activity to notice, to be like in not enough of a hurry. Like Edwin, you're going, you're on a mission, you're gonna go get the data. The other 4 of you are following Edwin, looking around. It's way too empty here.
There's something.
There should have been security personnel by now.
Are there workstations and other things along the way, or is it also empty in that regard?
All empty.
I'm concerned that we're being set up right now. I just want to let you know that before I initiate my...
Yes, I think I agree. Considering how clean everything is, this was done well before it seems that we got here. If we can wipe the security cameras and get out now, that might be our best bet.
I can probably do that from data analytics. Let's get there quickly.
I could also attempt to wipe the system.
Man, I feel real bad for the guy whose face I'm wearing.
So, Edwin, you make your way to the data analytics lab. Inside, you see a lot of large server clusters and maybe half dozen workstations. Nobody inside. All of the computers are still on. What do you do?
Are the computers locked or unlocked?
Talk to your microphone, please.
Are they locked or unlocked?
Their screens are currently off. They might be asleep.
I'm gonna holler back to the rest of the group and say that I found the server cluster. Hold on, I'll just do it. Hey guys, I found the server clusters in the data center. There's
That's the
machines
main
already.
computers? Take care of the main computers.
I'm not too good with computers.
Oh, Odin, take care of the main computers. Let's figure out what's going on.
All right, I'm on it. Let's get in there.
I'm gonna
there
mutter
were,
under my breath.
Tiny computers that I could work on.
There are several workstations.
Might be able to figure this out. Crack my knuckles. Move the mouse. See what I see. No, sorry. Move the human AI interface around.
Yes,
and,
yes.
see what else I
You
can see.
stick your 3 fingers and thumb into the augmented reality mouse and begin
Yes.
to gesture.
What do I see?
Who's working on computers? I know
Yo.
Odin and Key. What are the other 3 of you doing?
I'm watching the door.
Okay.
I'm twiddling my thumbs.
Unless this doesn't require a roll, I'm not doing.
I'm standing guard.
I'm
with my,
basically looking for something like blatantly obvious
All
with
right.
this.
So Edwin and Rocket are watching the door while Levi hangs out.
What can I do?
That's up to you. What do you want to do?
No, I'm telling you, I'm twiddling my thumb. I'm on standby.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
So we'll just assume you're watching the door with them.
Okay.
Unlock the server cabinets if you can, Levi.
The cabinet?
Yeah.
He,
so
he
servers-
gestures backward, and then Edwin's like, "Yeah, those." And there's just these 8 tall, standing black boxes of metal.
I'm going to. Can I? Does it seem like I can lockpick it?
Oh yeah, they've actually got
I'm
like,
looking
they've got
around.
like an old school physical metal key lock.
Oh, okay. Do I just carry around what I need to lockpick it with?
I certainly assume so.
Like, okay, dope. So I will attempt to lockpick it.
Locksmith. Excellent.
I'm the best.
You are. Alrighty. The two of you on the door. I need you to roll spot hitting.
Just one on the door.
Nope, there are two.
But Dad.
Sorry. All right, we've got one extreme success from Rocket Fox and one regular success from Edwin.
You no joke. Fucking 5's coming out.
That's right.
225 when they succeeded. Where was all my bullshit earlier?
Mm-hmm. Edwin, you hear a door opening down the hall. Roxy, you hear the door opening down the hall, of course, but more importantly, you hear, and maybe even just see at the edge of the way you came, that the door you entered through closes.
I'm gonna look over to Edwin. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
No.
Someone just closed the doors that we came into. Out that way.
Someone closed them, or
Yes.
did they close automatically?
They're closing, not automatically. Someone knows we're here. We might be being locked in. We need to stand on guard. More than ever.
Lockdown procedures are now in effect.
Can't hear you.
Wonder why that doesn't work. But you could, so if I don't use this button.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It's the megaphone button. I wonder what I did to that to make it not work.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Oh well.
God, listen, I have a lot of questions. Oh, okay.
I reach into my bag and pull out my shotgun.
Lockdown procedures are now in effect. Lockdown procedures are now in effect.
Oh, sweet.
I think we need to go, gang. This is a little bit hot at the moment. Are we done?
Hang on, I got their Yahoo homepage open. I think I'm on to something.
Those of you on computers, roll me general computer use. Two fails. Okay. Surprisingly, all of the workstations that you try are open and not locked. You check 1, 2. Maybe you get it through 4 of them and discovered that they've all been scrubbed.
Man, I don't even see which websites they visited today. These guys are good at security.
It's lockdown procedures. They scrub any private information off of local devices as best they possibly can. Servers probably only have information on them. So are they
Are we ready to...
Levi,
Are we ready to go, though?
you did finish unlocking the old school server cluster and open up the rack. Inside, you see a bunch of stuff you're not familiar with. I mean, it's computer stuff, but you don't really know what it is.
So I opened this lock. So if you guys want to take a look at these, you can. I really think we need to go.
I just go over to it and start yanking hard drive.
Edwin, roll engineering.
I'm going to go help him, so can I give him a +1?
Absolutely. Roll with a bonus, Edwin.
+1?
Yep. Edwin, you go over, Odin behind you to help out. And the first thing that strikes the both of you is that this is an old school server cluster from the early 21st century. These are physical drives, no cloud capacity, not even hooked up to an internet. Only an intranet is working here.
All our data is here. Let's get this and go.
Well, you've got 8 towers, all running server clusters. How many can you carry?
What's the strength needed?
It's I mean, I don't know. You know this better than I do, Kosher. How heavy is one full server blade? Like they're
server
not light.
blade. The blades aren't necessarily heavy. It's
But when they're
whenever
full
you're
of,
talking about,
well, like when they're filled with hard drives, they are.
Well, the server with 8
it
blades.
depends on the. So like one server blade is not that heavy, but when you're talking about like an actual filer that where all your information is going to be stored, those are heavy as shit.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
they're
mean.
probably like 60, 65 pounds.
Yeah, so there are 8 towers with multiple rows of filers.
Okay. Oh well, that's why I'm making hard drives.
Yep. All right. I will let the both of you roll strength, and we'll decide how many you can store in a hurry. Good check. Okay, great rolls.
Is there a bag of cyber holding?
A bag of cyber holding. I like that. Okay. I will let the both of you roll I don't know, let's say 1d10 plus 10. That's how many drives you can stuff into your bags. 11. Nice one.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm. And a 12. A 1 and a 2. All right. Okay. Between the two of you, you've got 23 drives.
No.
During that time, like those of you who are antsy are standing at the door and they're just yanking metal rectangles out of this box.
As they're doing that, I'm gonna walk over. So, somebody shut the door. Are there other people out there now?
I'm not entirely sure, but it sounded like it. Do you have a gun? Do
Yeah.
either of you have guns?
I have a
Of
concealed
course I have one, but am I good with it? No.
You should hand that over to me.
Yes. I immediately hand her my pistol.
Do you have armor, Roxy?
What?
Do you have armor?
Yeah.
I will stand in front.
I
You might
also,
have a little bit more than me, but sure, go for it, big boy.
I also have armor, and I pull out my assault rifle.
No, you're busy pulling drives at the moment.
Oh, what?
This
Okay.
is a like a full minute or two operation to grab as many drives as possible, and they're having this conversation in that time.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys wrap up pulling drives. You're pulling your weaponry, readying yourselves.
Lockdown procedure has completed. Building lockdown.
Y'all might want to hold that door open.
Discord lagged out for me. I don't know what happened.
I said lockdown procedures completed. Building has lockdown.
Okay. Well, I guess we're kind of stuck here now. We're gonna have to override it.
Y'all have the data we need, right? Let's just go, I guess. If the whole building's locked down, we're probably about to get shot.
I mean, where are we going
They
to
do
go?
have turrets.
Well, we didn't find security, but I get the feeling security's about to find us. I think we should just walk back out the way we came in.
I don't think that's going to be an option.
Could I try to walk over to a computer and use hacking to see if I can get into the security?
You'd be better off trying to hack the network around you than using these physical workstations that are probably connected to these physical server racks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Go ahead. Roll hacking. A 35. What tier cyber deck do you have?
I want to say 2.
Well, don't want to say.
Yes, tier 2.
Okay. You take a look around. You can tell that you are... Oh, we've temporarily lost James, but he is returning. Welcome back. So, you can tell that you are in a closed network. You look around and see that there are no connections to the outside. You can tell, based on just the lines of networking in your area, that there is a back door somewhere down the hall past the other 2 labs.
Okay. All right. I think I can get us out of here, or at least find a way that should lead us out of here. If we go down the hallway here, there seems to be a back door we can take. I suggest we all stay together very closely and somebody watch the rear as we're moving forward.
I'd be happy to watch the rear as you move forward.
I'll be pulling up the rear.
Yeah, I got him with me. You got a family, don't you?
All right. Well, I have this pistol, but I think I'm gonna take out this big boy for this fun job. And I'm gonna pull out my assault rifle.
Okay.
Could I have my pistol back then?
Nope.
I have nothing. Okay.
I hand him my stun club.
Okay.
So you want me to get closer to the things that are going to kill me?
Hey,
Don't do that.
Not want it. 'Cause I feel like it's better than nothing.
Let's go.
Alrighty. You make your way down the hallway, passing first the physical lab.
Wait, where are we going?
Towards the back
Back
door.
door.
Is there any way you can scan for Dr. Long in the security network? Maybe figure out the last place he logged in?
I could try.
I mean, if we're about to blow the joint, we should get him if we can, right? It's kind of our key to getting paid.
Should I roll hacking again?
Mm-hmm. Okay. With a hard success, you don't find Long, mostly because you don't think he's in the building.
Mm-hmm.
You do find some more well-secured documents than you had been able to access before.
I'm gonna download those.
Okay. So your net here, you don't think Long's in the building.
Yeah. Okay. The bad news is I don't think Long is here. The good news is I might have found. No, I don't know the whereabouts of him, nor do I know if he's alive. But I did find some documentation that might come in handy later on, so I downloaded that. I don't know. I don't have time to look at it.
Yeah, let's go. I'm following. Keep going.
Okay. You guys head for the back door. You pass first the physical lab. Inside the physical lab, you see two patients, subjects, lying on long, flat metal tables. And what appears to be a scientist at a workstation.
Oh, get out of here. A scientist? Are you human?
He's inside the lab on the other side of glass.
I yell at the glass.
Okay. He doesn't seem to respond.
Knock on the one glass.
Too thick, probably.
Doesn't look. And like Pepper said, it feels real thick.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a door to get in there? Is it open?
I think we. Hey.
You checking?
I see the look. I see the look in your eye, doorman. And listen, I think that your last two encounters with doors have not worked very well. I am asking you.
He is the door.
Let's just go.
Well, my name is Key. I open doors.
So are you opening the door?
But in this case, the fact that that guy's just chilling in there while this place is on lockdown, doesn't hear me knocking, doesn't see any sort of physical screener to turn around that I'm knocking, seems like more of a setup. So I don't really want to know. I agree. Let's fucking go.
Okay.
Yeah, you could catch CFD or something.
I'm gonna.
I want CFDs.
Am I able to see his face, or is his back to me?
His back's to you. He's at a workstation facing away.
Is there any
two
plaque
patients
on
in
the
there.
door saying who it is?
I didn't hear that. So.
Sorry. Is there any plaque on the door that says who it is?
No, it says Physical Research Lab.
I mean, there's two CFD zombies in there if you want to check and see if it's your family's.
No, let's just keep moving.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Alrighty. You
Oh yeah, the
continue-
cameras are off.
I know, because James is gone.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming his internet is crapping out.
He got hacked.
He got hacked, yes, that's
He
what
got
happened.
too close to the source.
Indeed. He returns. James, are you with us?
Agent Odin.
I am back. I think the internet is doing its thing again.
Okay. Alrighty. So you make your way towards or past. Wait, let me look over here. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I took your spot.
Aside from cropping and being in wrong positions, we're fine. We can finish up this way.
Oh my god. My location's compromised. They now see that I'm simply in front of a green screen.
True.
I'm not.
True.
In the cyberverse. I gotta get out of here. I'm back. It's okay.
All right. So, last up on your list is you're gonna run past the morgue, and as you do, I need everyone to roll a listen.
Oof.
Oh.
I hear nothing.
I am the big death.
Odin, last shot.
James, do you need me to roll for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Foundry, my link to Foundry botched when I was
I figured.
flipping in and out.
Skills.
What are these rolls?
Listen. Roll.
Oh,
Everyone
okay, I have
failed.
access.
Excellent.
Yeah, literally.
I'm going.
Now, to be fair, almost none of you put points into listen, so it's not that surprising.
Not true for me.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah,
Almost none.
She had a coin flip.
People could push.
Yeah, but you could push.
You could push. Or
To hear
burn
the
21 luck.
Risk your...
What does push mean?
Push
I don't
means
Okay,
that you
so-
roll, push means you roll again at the risk of instead of failing like, oh, I didn't hear the thing, maybe something bad happens to you
If you don't make it.
if you push and fail.
All right, how do I do it?
If you open up your check, you just click your check, you should have the option to push.
It says blind, regular, hard, extreme.
Regular.
Look
Okay.
for light.
But it doesn't say push anywhere.
Maybe you. No, I see it. Like, did you open? I don't mean in your sheet. Over in the rolling chat bar in the chat box. If you click and expand your roll, you'll have an option to push.
Is there a Cool Ranch push?
There's not.
Where it says public roll?
Above that, where your physical roll is, click your roll. Click the 71 you rolled.
Okay. All right. Yeah. God, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
A successful pushed roll. Everyone whose name is not Foxy Roxy.
Roxy. Roxy.
From the morgue door as you pass by.
So everyone bought her here?
Everyone but her.
Okay. Did y'all hear that shit? I knew there was something up with this.
So
First
Roxy,
off, she's
you're
a
leading the
celebrity.
charge. You're leading the charge out here, and you blow right past the morgue. The other four of them pull up short next to the morgue door.
Y'all heard that, right?
What are
I
you doing?
did,
Why did
but
you stop?
Yeah,
This
pretend
is
like,
like-
you didn't hear
You
that.
didn't hear
You
somebody
set us up
calling your
at your
name?
place. You
Stop.
set us up at here. You're a celebrity on a private mission. This is ridiculous.
What are you talking about?
Let's keep going.
Something is calling your name out in the door. Something is calling your name inside of this door right here.
I just
And-
walked past that door and I heard absolutely nothing. I think we need to go.
Odin just fucking blitzes by you.
I start pushing the people in front of me. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not stopping for somebody calling for her. Let's just get out of here. This is weird.
Let's go.
Okay. Everyone runs on by, makes their way to the back door, which is closed, of course.
How?
Does it have a physical lock?
It doesn't appear to have a lock at all. It's just closed.
Is there any
kick
sort
it.
of?
It just slams open into the outside. It's early evening.
Early evening. Why is time passing so quickly today? We can't have been here 30 minutes.
You can't have been here 3 hours.
What's the date? Doesn't seem right. The sun shouldn't be going down this early.
Can someone try to open this door by hacking it?
Oh, it's open. Levi
Oh, I
walked
kicked
up and just kicked it open.
Oh, I didn't realize it actually opened.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's how we know. Got it.
Yep.
Step outside.
Okay.
We should get back to a secure location immediately because this whole place is probably crawling with someone or something.
That's true. Harold Johnson of Bilo Corp is real fucked. Fucking breaking and entering without y'all hoodlums. Unbelievable.
Don't know what that means, but okay.
As we're running by, I'm looking for cameras and stuff like that to see, just to see if we were spotted or if there's any evidence that we were the ones that did it and all that. So
You don't see any. You make your way outside. The receiving area for the back of the lab is deserted. It's early evening, maybe 5:30, 6 p.m.
Okay, this was
I'm hungry, Choose. Let's go.
Hungry for information, right? Let's grab some from a vendor and go talk to Lorenzo. This was bullshit. We might all be wanted at this point. Or at least you four. And look at my name tag. Howard Jameson.
All right, let's go.
Everyone roll Constitution for me.
Oh, this is gonna go real well.
A 96. Oof.
Yeah, there it
a
is.
4. All right. Okay. Edwin, as the adrenaline drains from your body and the five of you kind of start to walk away, keeping a lookout, everything seemingly okay, the adrenaline drains out and takes just all of your energy with it. You're tired.
like, how tired? Is
Like
it?
you've been awake for almost 24 hours tired.
Okay.
Just a note. Nothing important.
Okay.
The five of you walk out of the alleyway and head back towards the street so you can go head out for Lorenzo or whatever your plan was. And you see the line, the queue outside of the Stone's Throw Diner.
Wait, what the fuck?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna
That's
walk
only
straight
supposed
in.
to be open from 6 to 8 a.m. It can't.
Your watch
we
says
can't.
5:30 a.m.
Okay.
We showed up at that lab
Levi.
at 3 o'clock.
What time is it
Yes.
for you, Levi?
I check by.
5:30 a.m.
It's
Check the
5:30
sun
a.m.
position. It's blatantly 5:30
He is
a.m.
pure. There's no absolute way that they could do this to him. So something is definitely afoot here, and it's bigger than all of us.
It's twice.
I don't know. I think you guys are losing track of time. I'm beat.
Buddy, we've spent maybe an hour together since we showed up to her quote-unquote safe house and got fucked. Then we walked down the street to this lab, and somehow that's been a whole day? No, we got it drugged. There's something up. What was in your beer?
I'm gonna
I
walk
didn't
into
drink
the.
the coffee this morning.
I'm gonna walk towards the diner and looking for like Dr. Long.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to that fucking diner. Dr. Long's got about 5 fucking minutes to give me some answers.
I mean, I guess I could go for some coffee in here.
Roxy,
Don't touch anything they give you. Don't touch anything she gives you. And let's go fucking strangle Dr. Long.
Hey,
Let's put the hard drive.
I'm looking to get paid.
No. Everyone, let's put the hard drive somewhere safe, then do something else.
With how time is moving, I don't want to miss the window to see him in this store.
Exactly. If 30 minutes turned into 12 hours, the time it takes us to hide these will probably be 2 days.
If we get shaken down right now, it's gonna be real bad news.
Who's going to shake us down?
Well, then somebody stay back. Let me go in alone. I have nothing on me.
All right, I'm gonna. Do I need to do anything to get access to your flat, Roxy?
That's fair.
I can upload access for you, but I need you to make sure that it's secure when you go in and out.
Technically speaking, you all have a motel room as well, individually. Just so you know, remember.
If you go, I think I should go myself as well.
All right, let's go there. Edwin, give Roxy the hard drives, and we will meet. Let's meet at the motel tonight. Sound good?
Okay. Me, Levi, and Edwin are going to go talk to Dr. Long. We'll meet up with y'all at Roxy's place. All right?
All right.
Okay, we'll do that instead.
Okay.
I give them I give them my flats location as well.
Alrighty. So we split.
And don't trust their motel room.
The party.
Yep, we do.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah.
Who's headed to the flat? Roxy
Straight
and
down the street.
Odin.
Okay.
Can I just give Roxy the bag with the hard drives in it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I assume
Yeah.
that's the case.
Yeah. that's
Roxy,
what I wanna do.
You want
Roxy,
your
my pistol? Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Make sure you figure out how to use it well. We're gonna need you.
I do other things well, but we all have our strengths. and
Put a
weaknesses,
lot of
okay?
faith in yourself then, because we're definitely gonna need you. And I hand
We'll
it
be
back.
all right. We can open the doors together.
And Roxy, do you have like a range that we can go to? We can kind of spin them up a little bit on it.
I know a place that's an unofficial range.
It works for me.
All
We
right.
gotta hurry up. This conversation is probably 2 hours going by our current timeline.
Look down at your watch. It is 2 p.m.
It's 5:31 a.m.
Oh, back to normal now, of course.
Weird.
Maybe there's something in the air there. And your hovel. Whatever.
So, the two of you, with all the hard drives in your bags, head off towards the flat. The trio, I'm assuming, is going to barge into the diner.
I wouldn't say barge.
Well, yeah, we're gonna politely open the door and peek around.
I would not say barge. Yes.
Okay.
In fact, I'll hold the door for him again, a gentleman as ever. In fact, we're just returning to talk to Dr. Long, just like the day before.
Inside, you see a very freshly opened diner. They probably only open at 5. A lot of coffee being served.
Who's around? Is it the same crowd from yesterday?
No. Some of them are the same. Some are different.
Is the person who directed us the same?
The waitress?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Is Dr. Long?
He's not.
No, he's here from 6 to 8.
So I'm gonna. Dr. Long is going to be in today in about 30 minutes, right?
You asking the waitress?
Mhm.
Oh, hey. Yeah, he's 6 to 8. Y'all were here yesterday, right?
Yep. Yes, we were.
Oh,
yes, we were.
Did you find something cool? I guess you're back so soon. You want coffee?
Yeah. I'll take a coffee.
Okay.
No.
All right. But we still got beignets.
Does he ever get here early?
No.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Okay.
I'll sit at the counter and just wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand outside the front door and try and get him before he even gets in the building.
Edwin, where are you?
I'm gonna sit right beside Levi. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna catch me a quick nap.
Good plan.
Yeah, take one. Take one. You're fine.
The rest of you are starting to get tired as well, but you're not suffering for it. It has conceivably been about 24 hours. Key. Outside, across the street, Stone Tech Labs opens its doors for today's business. Scientists are arriving. Security personnel show up. So seemingly, Security personnel change shifts as a couple of them leave the building. And we'll pick up there next week.
It's like a good old group hallucination.
Everything's fine.
Meanwhile, we were all inside Roxy's love shack,
The
choking
whole
on
time.
fucking mushroom juice the whole time.
You just passed out, having a good trip.
Literally in both the means of the word. Ah, I see what you did. Funny. Wow.
I know. Well, alrighty. Good job, players. Excellent first session. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I am a big fan of all the costuming and the fun times, the accents and the characters. I love it. We got very, very lightly spooky today, just ever so slightly. Things will only get better from here.
Worse, I love it.
Thanks for watching, watchers. Thanks for playing, players. We will hopefully catch you all next week. Catch us here on Thursday for our Tomb of Annihilation game, and of course here next Saturday for some more Transience. Everybody wave goodbye.